because I set up auto host, but it doesn't look like it's working.
And we are live.
Just go to your chat on your channel and type /host space behold roleplay
//
slash.
Host does not have a U in it, Raven.
Yes, it does.
Yep, last time I checked, it's host is spelled with a U in Europe. Mm-hmm.
Yep, just like color is.
Color is spelt with a U. That is the correct way to spell it. Host does not have a U, though.
Oh, all access. Thank you so much for that 14 months. Gilatam for the 6 months. How are you
Troublemakers.
guys? Sorry, we had some technical difficulties, but we're back. We're good. It's fine. We were actually planning on ending just ever so slightly early anyway, for multiple reasons, but yeah, we're back. We're up. We're good. It's cool. It's cool. But it's been a couple weeks. It's a little hard right now. Not just baby stuff, but there's been rolling blackouts in California and all that good stuff, and a heat wave, which is oh so fun to sit next to a computer. So, so apologies for not being on last week, but that's what went down, and hashtag deal with it. It's hot. But how have you guys been? It's been a while since I've seen some of you.
Good, great.
Annoyed because of rolling blackouts. Well, no, Saturday it wasn't rolling blackouts. We had 2 transformers over by me explode because they were overused.
Oh,
Decepticons.
Yeah, Decepticons.
Yeah, seriously.
I moved over the weekend, so that was fun. Packed up the entire house and got the entire house moved.
Yeah, but it's way cooler up here than it is down there for them, at least. Although it's still hot up here. Oh, well,
We were hitting upper 80s, which is really hot for Washington.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, on a rare occasion, it'll get in the 90s, but man, there was a few weeks there where it was like 90s. We even hit 100 twice. And I was like, ooh, that is hot for up here.
Yeah.
That
We
is
even hit 100
abnormally
over
hot.
here.
We had 109 last week.
California. 28 months for that resub. Thank you so much, Raven. Holy crapola. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a heat wave for a lot of places, I've noticed. So we even up here, like our winter, I guess, because it got kind of warm early, but it lasted till about like late April or May, which is really weird. So our summer started late. So now I'm thinking it's going to be hot up until when our winter supposedly is going to start and just skip over fall entirely.
Can we just ban summer and just enter into like a thing of permafrost?
No.
Listen, we just need to
No.
move.
Okay with
We
this.
just need to move you up here for winter, man.
Oh god, no.
Gets down to
No,
minus
no,
40.
no.
You can enjoy the nice chilly weather.
Please.
No.
No.
Where you can freeze soft drinks by leaving them in a room like a solarium.
That's what my dad does for his beer. He'll buy beer, he won't even put it in the snow. Just put it outside for maybe 5 minutes. Maybe
The snow
10,
is warmer
and then
because of
just come back.
insulation.
It's cold and because he does
Nope.
the Coors Light, so he's like, "Look, mountains are blue. We're good."
No,
Mountains
we
are
did
blue.
that. We did that for a New Year's party and exploded an entire case of root beer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
It was only minus like 42 out. It was fine.
See, I like the amount of snow we get up here, where it's just enough to where it could potentially go up to your knees, maybe even higher, but on a rare occasion, otherwise it's a nice snow. You can walk in it, drive in it. It's great.
See, I may not be able to breathe in the cold, like my lungs just close up, but I love the cold. So
Ooh, yeah.
I could put on, clothes and be fine. Summer, on the other hand, it's like I don't want to live in the Fire Nation anymore.
Especially
Yeah.
when I'm not saying all guys, but most guys usually run hotter. So in the wintertime, I'm like freezing and bundled up, and Shadow Fox will just be like in shorts, just
Yeah.
shorts, and he's like, "Whoo, it's getting warm," and I'm like, "What? What's
I
wrong
mean-
with you?"
During the winter, I could tell when it's cold because Cassie's pretty much just like clinged onto me because I'm a mobile space heater.
See, that's the weird thing. I'm the mobile space heater in my house, but I'm the one that is easily cold. Like, when I get cold, I don't just get cold. Like I can bundle up and get warm again. I have to go like get in hot water to warm my entire body up. So I don't do the cold.
Jeez.
Not
Well,
at
that's
all.
why you put a hot tub outside. That way you can go
Bodies.
sit in a hot tub and then jump out into snow.
Oh,
Yeah.
it
I just
really is some of the best things to do. Seriously, like if you go like snowboarding or skiing, and then you go in a jacuzzi, and then just go right back out and do it. Oh, really is the best.
I just sum it up as I'm incapable of retaining my own body heat. I just passed it off to everyone else.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately, I will not experience cold over here because California, we are the home of the 80-degree Christmas.
I mean, you're kind of sort of halfway to Mammoth. You could experience semi-cold.
Yeah, you just had to drive there, go to Big Bear or Mammoth or something.
Yeah, actually, no, yeah. Wait a minute, you're actually way closer to Big Bear. You could
Big
go there
Bear's
with the
about-
artificial snow.
Big Bear's about 100 miles from me.
Closer than Mammoth.
Tahoe?
Tahoe's still kind of a drive because you're in LA, so.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Homebrew,
drive,
thank you so much for that follow. Welcome.
I'm not gonna drive 100 miles just to experience cold.
That's also true. Just open up the freezer. You're good.
So,
I mean, you do kind of have to split California. Sorry.
Vacation of it.
Yeah, it's pretty
You-
funny.
You do kind of have to split California in half. Northern
Mhm.
California is a whole different environment than Southern California.
Yeah,
Yep.
right now it's on fire.
I feel like Raven
Fair.
and I are just sitting here like 100 miles. That's right on your doorstep. Because to
Yeah,
go anywhere
like-
in Canada, you have to
Canada,
drive like
though.
8 hours.
Like-
Yeah, I was like, that's just down the street.
Next city for me is next major city is like 2.5 hours, 3 hours at highway speed.
yeah,
Jesus.
same deal.
You
The
gotta love
closest
the
big
country,
city to
man.
me is Kamloops. You got to drive like 3.5 hours to get there.
It's like, what are you doing? Taking a short road trip. Like,
and
for
like
me, what is it? It's like 6.5 hours to Edmonton or something for me.
and like for me, it's like, drive an hour or two, I'm in San Diego.
I
Drive
mean,
a half
there's-
hour, I'm in LA.
To be fair, there's places in the States where
Yeah.
you guys don't actually differentiate between cities. It's like city, suburbs, city.
It's all city. It's all city.
Yeah.
The only suburbs are just when you hit neighborhoods, just slightly, ever so slightly
Nah, you
inside,
haven't
but
hit
really outside the city.
you haven't hit city to city driving until you leave the city, and all you can see is farmland for like the next 2 hours.
I can
and-
now up
NorCal.
here.
Yeah, you can.
You can up here. And I
Yeah,
love it.
I've driven from Southern California to Northern California on several occasions. So yeah, I do know that one.
You could tell when you hit NorCal. because it's
Farmland.
Farmland.
Glorious. It's like, oh look, no buildings.
Yeah,
and
it's-
and then
it's
and
wonderful.
you know when you get to Napa because it's now not just farmland, it's wineries.
See, I was born and raised near Tahoe, so
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you were near
Yeah.
like Shasta Mountain kind of area. You were way north.
no, I was farther south than that.
Oh,
I
you
was
were? Oh, okay.
I was about a half hour outside Sacramento,
Oh, okay.
so
Which,
I was very close to Tahoe. It was like a 30-minute drive to Tahoe, South Tahoe. So it was.
point is, the heat sucks, and that's what happened last week for some of us.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, it's a little bit cooler for
It was
some
all-
of you.
It's only 97 today.
It's
Only.
you know what the worst part is, just to kind of dabble just one more little bit into that, is the worst part is too is at least up here, if you had a really hot day at night, it cools the fuck
Yeah.
down. In California, does not cool down.
No.
83 at midnight.
I've lost
Totally.
track of how many times I've been laying there practically naked with all these fans on me, and still I'm just like, I'm still so hot.
Nah, Virgil, what killed me was when you said, "Oh, it's 100 and something," and I'm like, "The hot tub outside is 104 degrees."
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Friday.
seriously.
Uh,
That's a hot tub.
yeah, I think it was no, it wasn't Friday because I think it was last Monday because that was when I had to call out. Excuse me, it was 109 outside.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it should
No.
not be
Like
warmer than
I
what
had
it
my
used to
air
be.
conditioner on in my room. It was set at 73. I was still dying from the heat coming off of my monitors while I was working because it was so hot.
Yeah.
The outside was overpowering my air conditioner.
Yeah, so until things maybe cool down, at least over the next month, it might be a little spotty for us. So apologies in advance. Part of it's me, because Uber preggers. So, but yeah, no, between heat and all that, we might be a little spotty. So I apologize in advance. But As you guys can see, maybe, while we've been talking the whole time, we do have updated art. I finally got off my ass and did it because I hate drawing aliens. Just like how I hate all of you assholes keep making me want to do animals. I hate you all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you telling me you don't want to draw all the gnolls at the last minute?
I actually can because we agreed we're just going to use that same picture over and over. We're just going to copy paste shit, and I am okay with this.
She's just going to change the patterns over
I'm just
them.
going to change the pattern, that's it. We both agreed on this, so... That's different. If they were full-blown gnolls, no. F that, Fox, that's all you.
I would like fully detailed paintings of each character.
Especially when it's a mini-story. Mini-story makes me think, oh, this is going to be a cute little adventure. Oh, cute, let's do cutesy.
Yeah, that's what you guys thought about Sonata 1, too.
We did.
Cute
We thought it
little
was a
adventure.
whole Christmas-themed thing, and we were like, oh shit, no, it is not.
And
a
there's
Christmas
Surprise,
thing
everyone's
in December.
dying.
I never thought that.
And
Fox
there's
laid
no
it out
drama
very clearly
experiencing
for us.
trauma.
I did, which is why I made a Sugar Plum Fairy. 'Cause
Who
screw
experienced more trauma that she ever needed in her life.
Oh,
She's
she's
fine.
not done experiencing
She's
trauma.
fine.
She is not done.
Meanwhile,
She's
Ford's
fine.
just happy to travel with people.
So, which means in not this Saturday, but next Saturday, right after, well, not right after, but shortly after the Pathfinder game, the Wayward Wanderers, we will start episode 1 of the sequel one-shot to Sonata. So everyone keep your eyes out for that. We will go ahead and we'll advertise it and everything a little bit ahead of time. But keep an eye out for that because that is coming up here pretty quickly. So keep your Saturday evenings open for a crazy good time.
Saturday is
only
going to be a
imagine.
busy day.
Yep, I can only imagine. So that's gonna be fun. So hopefully we can finish up this arc, maybe-ish. We'll find out. Because last where we left off, some of you weren't looking so good. You guys kind of had some clicks and poison and gas bombs literally blow up in your faces.
You're implying some of us may have hit 0 hit points at some point.
Maybe.
Sleep it off.
It's fine.
You guys did get some heals though towards the very end of the last episode, so you guys are okay.
I'm
you
not.
guys have been traveling across the desert of this planet to try and locate the missing scouts that were also looking for the Turians that have been attacking. So a 2-for there, and you think that in this direction is where you last heard their hideout was, and you guys are more than halfway there right now. It is still kind of the middle of the 3rd out of 4 days that you guys were going to be traveling, and we left off with you guys. Half of you are outside of the Mako right now, Mako Volkswagen, and you guys just finished your battle with the little clicks and bugs, and yeah, we've got the little Mako shark that Melanie made. And yeah, that's where we last left off. You guys were traveling, and half of you are injured and outside the car with some explodey corpse pieces all over the place. What would you guys like to do?
Brock
Everybody
is
in the
just gonna,
car.
yeah. Brock is just gonna like stomp on back to the Mako.
Raucus, you doing all right? Need some Metagel?
What I need is a nuke to just glass this entire desert.
Well, save having nuke. Would you like some Metagel?
I guess that'll hold me.
All right. I hand him one of the 2 regulars that I got from the medical facility.
That's
Okay.
more.
Holy
Eh,
crap.
two
Curry,
D-
sorry,
4
my
plus-
wording. Curry Kal-El with that beefy raid. Welcome on in, Raiders.
Welcome.
Just in time. You know what? With every heal comes a raid. Welcome on in, guys. Weisshausen, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome. Can we get some love and hearts in the chats for that beefy raid? Welcome on in, guys. We actually just started our Mass Effect episode for the night. Curry Kal-El, thank you again for that raid and also for that follow. So thank you, welcome. Daddies and Divas D&D raid. I like that. I like the rainbow dice, very much so. Eggs Benedict, thank you so much for that follow.
Rainbow hearts.
I love that.
Rainbow.
We also have MMan9000. He's got to be over 9,000. Thank you so much for that follow. So sorry, Melanie. Go ahead and you're passing off the Metagel. That's right. So you're not really.
Metagel, big guy. You look a little rough around the edges.
Butterfly Raven, thank you so much for that follow.
And that Brock is just gonna take it and he's gonna walk over to the driver's seat of the Mako and just stare at Vera.
Can I help you? Passenger seat's open.
You're in my seat.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know. You're looking a little bit hurt, Brockus. Perhaps you should take a back seat.
Vera, I have executed people for far less than touching my controls. Please move.
I know, that's one of the first things you told us, actually.
Look, I'm happy that you saved the Mako, but I need to get us out of here.
So should we all jump back in the ship then, or the Mako then? Because I don't want any more bugs really come up at us. So let's go.
All right, I'll take the passenger seat. But Brockus, if you start to feel a little tired,
I'm fine.
And Vera, you can see, and actually everyone can see this, that both Brockus and Jamar are looking not too well, and not necessarily for their health. Their skin looks a little sickly.
Not the first time I've been poisoned. I'm still functional. I can drive.
you're poisoned. I don't think you should be driving.
I'm fine.
Would I know that it would only last, that they're gonna be fine in the morning, or should I roll?
You can make a science check.
Can I do medicine?
Science, because it has to do with the biology of Clixon. And I want to see how well you know about Clixon.
Not how well I know about human physiology or alien physiology.
No,
Wait.
because this has to do with, this is from an actual creature is why.
I'm just trying to negotiate with the
And
GM.
I appreciate it. Unfortunately, not this scenario. I'm sorry.
Like, so you're saying I can roll medicine then? No.
How about this?
Okay, fine. No science.
How about this?
fine.
I'll bend a little.
I've got good science. I'm cool with
Okay.
science. I just thought I'd give you a hard time.
Can I intimidate the poison out of my system? Does that work?
You can certainly try.
Wait,
Like
crap,
to
what is
intimidate
science?
nature.
Is it just intelligence?
Science is intelligence, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, almost everything it replaced was intelligence except I think one. One I think was Dex, which was the vehicle handling.
16?
16. You don't quite know too much about this poison, mainly because you've never really encountered this creature before. However, you can tell from the how their veins are looking, because you can see them through their skin. It's very apparent that it doesn't look like it's too terribly life-threatening, but they're gonna be in some pain and in a weakened state for quite some time. But it may not be fatal.
Melanie
that
kinda,
confidence.
like grabs Jamar and is like jerking him around, looking at him, like trying to look and analyze him, and grabs
As I'm
Rackus.
holding my own arm, trying to inspect what's going on. Does a 19 get me information on that?
Roughly the same. However, of you, with your race, you would know that again, you're not too terribly familiar with this poison, and you feel like shit. But you can kind of feel it slowly, maybe trying to get out of the body. It's not getting worse, so you know that you're okay, but you're not going to be in great shape for at least a little while.
Do you concur? I concur.
Well, it won't kill us.
Yes.
It won't
I
kill
guess.
us.
I think you guys will be fine. It's just gonna suck for a while.
Yeah, you guys are going to be in pain for a little while.
Sounds like nap time to me.
Didn't we just get up? We're like, what time is it right now? Like, how long is it?
It's midday. It's about like noonish, just afternoon.
Yeah, it's not quite nap time yet. I mean, you guys could take a nap. I could drive the Mako, right?
I'm fine. Not my first time being poisoned.
Is it your first time driving while poisoned?
No.
Should have expected that
That's
answer.
telling.
All right.
I've piloted ships poisoned before. It's not a big deal.
Steering wheel is yours. I'll take the passenger seat. But for the record, I don't think you actually would have shot me.
I mean, maybe I would have. Maybe not. We kind of need you. Maybe I would have shot you later.
So, do we know
Not
where we're
comforting.
All right, so I take it you guys pile back into the Mako Volkswagen.
Yep.
Yonder.
And as soon as everybody's in and the door shuts, everyone takes a seat, I floor it.
Okay. And you're back on track at this point. You guys still have about half a day before you bunker down. Unless you guys want to do anything specific, we can just go straight into nighttime.
Yes, when everyone clambers in, I'm going to go to the furthest most back seat I can find.
Okay.
But first I'm going to ask Melody, do you have any glitter on you?
Oh, jeez.
All right. I
Or
go-
glitter paint, I don't care which one. So, so she can actually come help me if she wants. You can help me if you want. I'm going to try, and I pull out one of the canisters that I got from the medical lab back on Omega. I said, we've used these to make a kind of a scrap metal grenade before. Thinking if we use the glitter instead of the scrap metal, we can do the same thing, but maybe, locate invisible creatures, maybe? Knows the anti-tactical cloaked.
Okay. DM, what are the chances that I have loose glitter on me right now?
It's
I always have a
fairly
selection.
high.
I don't know if I would have that amount.
Do you, you know what? Go ahead and roll me a percentage real quick.
Okay. Just wanted to be fair. Damn it, I don't use D10s very often, so didn't have it at the ready.
What is
One
the
type of
glitter
dice.
DC?
There it is. Okay.
To be fair, I flipped a coin to see if Athelia was going to do this while in the Mako.
Okay.
It got the one. I did that last episode.
Yeah, I got 220.
It got 20? Okay. So, you have a little bit. You might be able to make a little bomb out of it. It probably won't have the explosive effect that Athelia may want, but you could probably make just one.
So, I don't think it's going to have a very big explosive effect that you want, but I do have a fair amount of paint on me if you want to make like a paint splatter one. But in terms of loose glitter, I only have enough for maybe like a small canister.
You said you had glitter paint?
Glitter
Wait.
paint, it's really going to just spatter like
That's fine.
regular paint. Like, it won't do... A regular paint will do what you're talking about as well, like if there's invisible... So we could make like a paint bomb.
Yeah,
That'd be
let's do
pretty-
that.
And make a big one of those. I got lots of paint.
I just want to use the glitter paint.
Okay, glitter paint it is. I've got a lot of that. We're just gonna mix it with a little like blue, maybe purple. You like purple? You
Yeah, let's do it.
very
let's do
much
it.
colour. Yeah.
Aw.
alright.
I'm
Okay,
torn
are
if Jamar
you-
wants to help or not.
Are you going to assist her with crafting this?
I will assist her. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think with what we mentioned before, Raven. It will take you just a little bit of time since you've never made this before.
But I did help Jamar make the shrapnel, the frag grenades before in
You
these
did,
canisters.
but you've never used these materials before. As far
No.
as like, you're
I was
basically
going-
creating a brand new bomb,
I know.
essentially.
Oh god.
I'm okay.
So, go.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, it's going to take you some time.
Yep.
It may take you at least the rest of this afternoon to try to finagle it.
That's fine.
Go ahead and...
You want engineering?
Oh, let's see here.
I also have Tinker's
Um,
tools.
Yeah, for this one, you're gonna want to do more electronics.
Yeah, I got that too. I got that. Alright.
Do you want me to do anything to assist her? Or was
Here-
it just...
Is she assisting me?
She is gonna assist you. However, instead of giving you advantage, the DC is gonna be lower.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. A dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You imagine you made a fairly decent paint glitter bomb.
So as I'm doing this, I'm also want to write down in my paper journal kind of the schematics that I'm
Okay.
using to kind of notate all of that.
And until you use it, you won't know how successful it is, but it's not exploding in your face.
Yep, that's fine.
There is some glitter on the floor, though, so I'm sorry. Marcus.
Always a good sign.
Yeah, Melanie and Athelia both have like a little bit of glitter on them right now. Little paint on
Yeah.
cheeks as well. And
Probably at some point she put paint on your nose just because she could.
Melanie blushes, it doesn't die. And then Melanie's gonna start drawing like really hilarious pictures of Turians going like, like all complete glitter, like
Glitter bombed, basically.
Yep.
They went to a club on ladies' night.
Yep. You know, Melanie, I was thinking when we get back to the ship and we have access to more glitter, we could try doing this with just straight glitter, but for now I think the paint will work. Seems stable enough. We'll find out.
that's a good idea. I like it.
So I'll probably end up. Well, I guess we're buckled in, aren't we, in the back?
I mean, you don't have
Yeah.
to be buckled.
I mean,
in,
we
but yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
the way Brockus likes to take his jumps.
So I'm going to be putting that. I'll store that in my bag.
Like my
Okay. Okay.
it's away.
Yep. Thanks for the help. I appreciate that.
It was fun. I love doing crafting with you or anything, really. That's a good time. Yep. Draw.
Does anyone else want to do anything before bunkering down for the night?
Sleep.
You're just gonna nap? Okay. If you want, you can also... this is technically considered a short rest. Minus Brockus. Because he's doing something. Sorry, Brockus.
Doing
If we're-
sick jumps.
Taking a short rest, I would also like to. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be over short rest. It's just use an action. I would like to use my Archon Visor.
Okay, what does that do?
See, that puts it. There we go.
You were technically doing something too. We were building a glitter bomb. So would that have constituted for us to take a short rest at that time?
Oh.
You can afterwards, or beforehand, if you want to just take a quick hour to just kind of...
Okay. So we've been traveling
Relax.
for hours.
Yeah, a few hours are going to go by before you guys stop again for the night. So you guys have
Yeah.
time to do a short rest if you wanted to, either before or after the bomb.
This just takes an action anyway, so doesn't take a rest.
Rockus, you want a break?
Okay.
Vera or I could relieve you.
I'm fine.
All right.
A stubborn Krogan, what? All right, so you guys are starting to bunker down for the night. Brockus, are you doing the same thing as before, where you're kind of hiding somewhat near some sort of rock structure, or are you just kind of out in the middle of nowhere?
No, when we go to settle down for the night, stealth is preferred.
Okay. In this particular area, you've noticed that the rock structure have gotten much larger, so you're able to find more cover. Where, unlike the last two nights before, where there was just like bits and pieces here and there. So, in this particular spot, you're able to find a lot of places actually with some really good cover. So, so yes, you easily pull off to the side. it would probably be advisable for both Jamar and Brockus to not do a watch so they can get the rest of that poison out of their system.
That's the plan.
So if any of you guys want to
I only need
pair
4
up.
hours.
I'll take a watch with Dreskar.
Okay.
I was sleeping ahead of time.
Okay.
So
So you can
Remember.
stay up a little bit later.
I
Brockus
could
is just
stay up later and take
Brock-
more coverage.
Okay.
Brock is just gonna pull up the
The radar.
again, set it for to pulse into the ground and whatnot to see, just so we're not taken by surprise by that thresher maw. And just leans back in the driver's seat and just starts to go to sleep.
Okay.
And Jamar's going to catch some sleep, but just as a reminder, I only require 4 hours.
Yep. Exactly.
So,
So you could technically do a watch later if you want.
which I
Okay.
will,
Okay.
because conking out for the first 4 hours of the night.
Yep. All right.
Sounds.
So, Dreskar and Athelia, for first watch, go ahead and roll perception rolls.
Do you have to roll them individually, or can someone roll them with advantage?
You could do either individually, or if you just want one of you to do it.
Dreskar can have advantage. My perception's not great.
Yeah, you can help them.
18.
18. Okay. You don't really see anything. You don't see those weird little balloons. You don't see any glowing eyes in the middle of the night. You do pick up a couple blips here and there on the radar, but they seem pretty far away from you guys, so nothing really to cause concern.
So, just because I think previously Dreskar sat on the roof, is he doing that again? Is
Yeah.
tactical cloak activated at all during this?
It only lasts for a minute, so it really wouldn't be something you do long term.
But would you have activated it at all during the watch?
No. Not unless something popped up.
He's
So
like,
in
"I'm
that
not
case-
concerned."
I'm more. I'm probably going to go up to Dreskar and be like, "Do you think you could activate your tactical cloak for me? I just need to test something that I think will help us in future battles. I promise you it's not gonna hurt. I just need to test it." Can I use persuasion?
You can, yeah.
That's a 23.
So, insight
Okay.
19, you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll. I disappear.
I'm going to reach in the backpack, while my hand's in the backpack, activate the bomb, and then set it next to him, back away.
Okay. Well, you have to throw it, so if
Oh.
you just want to like smash it down like a ninja, you can
Yep.
do that.
Well, smash that.
Go ahead and.
At least you're going to be glittered with me then.
Well, I mean, she can go away if she
I'm
wants to
backing
throw
away.
it, but yeah. Okay, so so it goes off, and you see this like bluish
Do
cloud.
I have evasion?
Are you choosing to evade it?
I don't think I have evasion.
No. So this bomb goes off, and you almost see this. It looks like bluish smoke just kind of comes out from it. But then it starts to sparkle, and you see that there is glitter just kind of poofing out with this smoke. And as soon as the smoke even starts to somewhat just dissipate, you notice, even though you're in tactical cloak, you look down and you can see your outline perfectly, and you are just completely covered in blue glitter.
Yes, it worked. That's what she's gonna say. She's gonna, thank you, Jessica. Hey, look.
It does not come
Think
off.
of it. Think of it this way: in the future fights, when we lose someone, like we did our Solarian friend back on Omega, we'll be able to find him a lot faster. Thanks. She's going straight back inside. Hey, at least she would sit on top of the Mako and not inside. She should glitter bomb the entire Mako.
Oh my gosh, I'm picturing like a dress car shaped like little like body space on top of the Mako, and then the Mako
Just-
had like paint splatter all around it. It's like a crime scene.
Or if he's
Mako
sitting
might not
down,
be
it was
stealthy
just,
anymore.
if he was just sitting down, it's just an outline of his ass.
Yes.
So
that one.
because actual paint was involved, Dreskar, when you look down, even though the smoke itself had glitter in it, when you look down, there is paint all over the top of the Mako, where you can see you are easily leaving tracks if you get up and walk around. And it's just a literal glitter bomb on top of the Mako.
Hey,
Is
at least it
there-
didn't go off while I was
Is
making
there a shower on the Mako by any chance?
No, there is not.
it. She did not think this far ahead.
You could roll around in the dirt, like camouflaged.
Because it is paint and because it is glitter, it will
Good luck.
either take days for it to finally fall off, or you will require liquid to help it get off. Otherwise, you will be at disadvantage with your stealth checks.
She did not think this far ahead.
This poor Mako now is starting to look like a clown car.
Make sure we give it back to the Alliance.
Tactical
when we're done.
camouflage, guys. Tactical camouflage.
Turns out the Turians were actually just a group of space clowns.
So who's got create water?
Do you guys have water skins?
I
I
mean,
mean, imagine we have some sort of
Because
water
that's still
system.
a thing in this.
waste
So
it. We're in a desert. That's not getting wasted on you.
The best you get is cryoblast. Sorry.
Yep.
Dreskar, go ahead and roll. Just roll me a straight intelligence check.
This is like that one time when a wizard tried to cast light on me as a rogue, and I shot them in the face.
That's right.
Hey, I'm back inside the Mako now. You can't shoot
Yeah,
me.
let's have our rogue stealth ahead in dangerous territory, and our wizard's like, I cast light on you.
Oh no.
Why?
Like I said, Athelia didn't think beyond testing the bomb. She was like,
What
yeah,
am
no
I
big deal,
rolling?
come on.
Straight intelligence. Just a straight up intelligence.
Yeah, Melanie did not know you were gonna test it on Dreskar.
15.
She wouldn't have
15?
stopped.
Okay, that's enough. So you're not too familiar with glitter. However, you do know that if you give yourself a dry bath, which is basically, rolling around in sand, you actually will be able to get a decent amount of the paint off, but there's no guarantee that the glitter will come off.
Makeup remover
But
might
at least
work.
you won't be covered in blue.
I'm going to spend the rest of my watch trying to get this shit off of me.
Okay.
And it's purple because Melanie tried to match.
Oh, that's right. It's purple. So it's purple with blue glitter. Is that what it is? Purple paint,
Yep.
blue glitter. There we go.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
And then when Melanie wakes up, I'm going to try to see if she has any tips for how to get paint off of things that they should not be on.
I'm
Okay.
probably going to. I guess it's Melanie and Vera take. It's Vera getting. Which watch is Vera taking?
I'm taking whatever Vera's taking.
Yeah, we'll probably take next watch.
Probably second.
So I'm more wake up
Because by
Vera.
the time you guys are done, then Jamar will be good enough for
Yeah.
a watch if he wanted to.
So when it's time for him to get up, because he's waking up Melanie, I'm gonna go wake up Vera.
Okay.
Vera, I have something for you. I noticed
What is
that
it?
you're really good at making grenades while we were in battle the last time. Well, back in Omega.
Yeah, I
So
can do
I'm
that.
gonna rip out the page of my journal and hand her the schematics. So this will help us find stealth, tactical cloaked people. I just tested on Dreskar, and there might be a Dreskar butt outline on the top of the Mako, but it worked.
Vera, can you roll me an intelligence check, please?
I can.
Just intelligence.
Okay. That's an 11.
11. You don't really know what this glitter is. You understand paint. You understand all the other things in the schematics, but you're like, what the hell is glitter?
I don't quite get it, but I mean, the Omni tool does most of the work anyway. Suppose I can punch it in and give it a try next time we need it.
Just thinking of moments like when our when we were battling Kay when he disappeared on us and we had so much trouble finding him. Something like this might help.
Yeah, that could be very useful. Do you think this is something that we'll need coming up here soon? Because it does take me about 8 hours to switch out one of my schematics.
I honestly not sure what we're going to need. I mean, you know the Turian military best. If you think they use tactical cloaks quite heavily, then maybe. But if they don't, then probably not.
I think we'll be fine for now. But I appreciate it. I'll put it into my system and perhaps use it in the future.
All right.
You said you tested it on Dreskar?
Yes. I got him to turn on his tactical cloak, and I set it off next to him. There might be a Dreskar-shaped outline on the roof of the Mako.
I gotta go see this for myself. I'll take watch outside.
Dreskar, I completely forgot to mention this. Because it is paint, you take 3 points of poison damage.
Oh shit.
Because paint has chemicals in it. And it was literally thrown in your face in a smoke version.
Cool.
Melanie is very careful to buy vegan paint. No lead paint.
Paints have chemicals in them.
Are you
Non-toxic.
saying
I tried.
aerosolized paint is bad for the lungs? No.
I know, right? Have you ever had just spray paint in your face? It's great.
No.
It's healthy.
Yes.
Totally healthy.
Yes, I have.
I was picturing it as more just like a. But we aerosoled it apparently a little bit.
Apparently. That's fine with me.
So basically, what you created, it's kind of layered as far as like what it can do. You created a smoke where they can be temporarily blinded. However, the smoke does disappear quicker than an actual smoke grenade. However, with the paint aspect added to it, it leaves a like a puddle of paint up the bottom. So even if for some weird reason, the glitter, if you don't use glitter, you just use straight up paint, and it doesn't have an outline on someone, it will actually create tracks where the people move if they are invisible because of the paint. Adding the glitter effect to it makes them known where they are exactly.
Okay.
So think of it as a smoke bomb with some slight poison damage and reveals stealth. Regardless
And
if
terrifying.
there's glitter or no glitter, it will reveal someone that is stealthed.
So on my way back to my bed, I'll probably just tap Melanie on the shoulder and go, I tested it on Dreskar, it totally worked. Just go settle back in bed.
What did you wait? Tested what on Dreskar? Exactly.
The glitter bomb we made. The glitter paint bomb.
On Dreskar.
Yeah, I asked him if we could test it on him, and he turned on his tactical cloak, so it totally worked.
Oh, darling, you know that's gonna take a while to get off, right?
Oh, it is?
Oh yeah, it's quite a while.
Whoops.
It's all right. I'm sure. Was it really funny? At least I would love to see it. Did he have a laugh?
Yeah. I think I owe him an apology. Didn't
Alright.
think it would stick around that well.
Lying through your teeth.
I have high deception.
It works, right? So successful test. Well done.
Successful test. We know it works.
Yeah.
I gave this max to Vera because she's really good with grenades. So if she ever need one, and she programs it in.
Well, that's great.
She said it takes a while to program, but
That's really good.
Vera,
Well-
because it is a custom bomb, you would still at least need those two materials, or at least one of the materials if you want to do glitter, paint, or both.
Gotcha.
I was a little confused by the glitter aspects. We might need to help her with that, but we at least will be able to use it if needed.
Like, sounds like a good plan. All right, is it my turn? Oh, me and Vera's watch, yeah.
Yep.
All right, get to
I think
rest.
Vera went outside.
And
Yeah.
Melanie, at this point, you see a very upset Dreskar.
Oh,
Just
no,
making-
I'm still outside.
Oh, I thought you were
scrubbing
coming
away.
inside to wake her up.
Chinchilla.
Oh, I thought you were coming inside to wake her up.
Oh, I
Never
thought
mind.
he was doing that while I was talking to Vera.
So Vera, since you were the first one to leave the Mako, you don't see him on top, although you do see a bunch of paint and sparkly stuff all over the top. It covers a good chunk of the Mako on top. However, you see sand just kind of sifting itself up everywhere as you look over the other side, and you see a dress guard just kind of doing a roll throughout the sand and kind of like trying to half bury himself and scrub it off. And
I'm just gonna like sit on the edge of the hood of the Mako, like one leg over the other, and just watch him.
okay.
There's lots of mumbling and not entirely understandable language coming out from this cloud of dust as he's scrubbing at his jacket.
And then at this point, after a couple of minutes or so go by, then Melanie now comes outside.
Come up and sit next to Vera. What you looking at? Oh,
That, yeah, over there.
yeah, that'd be Jessica.
Yeah.
It was a
I
good
think
idea.
He's covered in paint.
Yeah, that was not the best idea, but it
Well,
worked.
it was a good idea. Just, I don't know if he was expecting it.
I'm sure he wasn't. Yeah. But he's doing a good job. The rolling around like a chinchilla bit.
Yeah, it
that-
seems to
that'll
be
help.
doing something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dulling
it'll-
down that sparkle a bit.
It does that. It helps get the paint off a bit. It changes the chemistry of it. Makes it all clumpy.
How long do you think he's gonna keep doing that?
I don't know, but he's pretty much gotten the most out of the rolling bit as he's gonna get. More rolling is not gonna do much more for him. But
I'm not gonna tell him that. I'll just let him keep doing what he's doing.
I'm not either. There's a lot of what I'm guessing is his language is curse words coming out of his mouth right now.
Yeah, I've
Sounds-
never heard any of that before. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure it's real creative.
She sounds like underwater gargling.
Really angry underwater gargling. I think I'll
So-
just sit here.
Technically, there's no languages, but I'm totally going with it because I think it's hilarious.
Got 25 perception to notice a couple people watching me.
Oh yeah, you have an audience. If they had a snack, they'd be eating it.
Melanie does have snacks.
There you go.
Hands it to Vera.
And
Want
they
one?
have their eyes on you the whole time. Just
I imagine
relax.
Melanie always has snacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always. I've everything in these pockets.
it's like in the pocket of her overalls, just like I got snacks.
Takes out a packet of peanuts. You want some? They're called peanuts. They're really good.
I don't know what a peanut is. Is it dextro safe?
What's that?
Can my people eat it?
Oh,
We can't eat the same food as you. It makes us sick. It can even kill us, actually.
I don't know then. I'm not sure. Sorry. I'll have to look that up. But
Well, I appreciate the offer.
yeah. I'm just gonna keep eating these then.
Because Athelia was spiteful when she bought all the food, she did not buy any snacks that were just that were safe from here out.
That's fair.
Just straight meals.
Okay, so Dresscar, it's up to you when you want to stop, but your watch is technically over at this point.
So I see them sitting on the hood and look up at them, look down at the dirt, look up at them, look down at the dirt, grab another handful of dirt, start scrubbing more as I walk up to them.
And you've noticed that actually almost all the paint has come off. A decent amount of it has, but there's a fair amount of glitter still on you, and it doesn't seem to be coming off.
Melanie?
Hi, Jessica.
I
How's
take
your
it
night going?
just great.
I can see that.
Do you have any experience with this?
With glitter,
Yes.
loads. Yes.
So you might know how to get it out, right?
Yeah. I know how.
Question is, did Dresscar notice the paint on Melanie's face?
Well, she has paint,
She has paint on her
splattered
face all the time.
outfit, so
Pretty much always has paint on her
Yeah.
face. It's like a constant.
she's made it, ever since you
Fair
guys
enough.
have met her, she's made it very known that she loves painting, and she has painted, and then obviously the Mako with the derpy shark, she's paint.
Yeah. It's pretty much always engine and grease and paint on her at all times.
Fair enough.
Two substances that don't ever come off.
Dirty Tom girl. Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna need this off of me, off of my clothes,
Right.
as soon as possible.
So that's just gonna take several showers, multiple days. Might need new clothes, but good washing ought to do it. What?
We're in the middle of the desert.
Yep, that's right.
Why do I feel like both the girls are just like, this is fine.
Well, you asked. That's how I always get glitter off. But honestly, even though I scrub like all the time, if I take like 3 showers in a day, usually like a week later, I still see like, oh, there's some damn glitter still back here behind my ears. So, you know.
Oh, I'm taking back to our 20s at clubs.
So, days, weeks, months. Eventually, you'll get every speck off.
Okay.
Especially you, with the way you got the scaly bits. That's gonna be right difficult.
There's so much
And,
seething behind those eyes. I can see it. And I'm not even in the room. I can feel it. It's coming through the hallway.
Look, Jessica, sorry about that. I didn't know she was gonna exactly test it out on you. I don't think she realized how.
She just asked if I could turn on my tactical cloak, and then she threw it at me.
Right. Right. You know, in her defense, I don't think she realized how difficult it is to get off. If she'd asked me, I would have warned her, but I mean, it's fine. Doesn't hurt you any. You'll be fine. It's not like life-threatening or anything. You'll be fine. You might get a little sick, just a little bit. You'll get over it.
Yeah, you say not life-threatening until somebody spots me in their sniper scope.
You are quite shiny.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Mhm.
But you know, you took a
Yeah.
lot of it off with the dust bath.
Thanks. And I walk around the Mako, and when I'm out of sight, how long has it been since I started my watch?
Well, she
Please
threw
tell me
it
it's
at
been
you
4
at
hours.
the very beginning, so it's been at least about 2 to 3 hours of you just scrubbing. You kind of look like a big rash right now from all the rubbing.
Gonna find more rocks and more scraping
That's
till Jamar wakes up.
That's not gonna really do much good. You should just go to bed, Jessica. You've done all you can, really, mate. It's just gonna take time.
I'm waiting for Jamar.
Okay? You might get real tired. You don't really want any more problems in the morning, do you? Just sleep it off, mate.
Waiting,
Come home in the morning.
waiting for Jamar.
Alright? Do
And
that
I
then.
go find a quiet, private place.
Alright.
There's a lot of rocks around that are actually very close, so you won't have to stray too far if you don't want to, and just go behind a rock.
I'm gonna
Going
look
to-
at Vera and just be like,
Well, that was interesting.
yeah.
Gonna try to use one of my blades to scrape things off.
Oh no. Popping scales off.
Like on your outfit
I'm more
or
worried.
on you.
I'm more worried about my outfit.
This is kind of serial killery right now. Just gonna flay my own flesh. Okay, yeah. Melanie and Vera, if you don't mind, go ahead and roll perception checks, please.
Right.
If you roll above a 20, you'll hear little.
Well, I just happened to roll a 21.
Yeah, you hear some weird scraping sounds. But you know Driscar's there.
Good thing Vera's got good perception.
Okay. Same thing as before, Vera. You'll see a couple blips on the radar, but it looks like it's pretty far off. They don't look like they're big from what you can tell, but it's not close enough to cause any concern on the radar. Otherwise, you don't see anything. Very uneventful.
And I'm making sure to avoid the areas of the Mako that have paint on them, because I don't want glitter on me. So
it's mostly the top. You did see some of it kind of went off the side, but it's on the sand, so it's fine. It's pretty much the roof, and just a little bit on top of the front window.
And I definitely think that there's a silhouette of.
You do see what looks like a sitting position. Because I don't know how you were sitting, if you were just sitting on your butt or you were laying down, but you see an outline of a body or butt. You're very familiar with this butt shape.
I sure am.
While we're on watch, Melanie is gonna look over at Vera at some point and just kind of ask her, so, Vera, we're getting a lot closer to where we're going, to your people. How do you feel about that? Feeling alright? What do you think our chances are here?
I'm actually feeling quite excited. I understand that this is a conflict. But if it is military, I mean, those are my people. It's the type of people that I've been around for the last decade. So to be with them or around them again, I think it'll be comforting. Assuming, we don't get shot on sight or that they're even welcoming in any way.
I'm sure they will be once they see you.
There is a possibility that this is a classified operation that requires no witnesses. But I'm hoping that isn't the case.
If it is one of the no witnesses things, what's gonna happen?
We'll have to hope that we can talk our way out.
If it comes down to it, and you had to choose which group you would stay with or side with, can we trust you to help us? Or do you think you need to go with your own people? Or do you not know?
I'm not sure that I would be permitted to join them if it's a secret operation. I haven't told the rest of the group this, so do keep it secret.
Okay.
I'm not on leave, as I've been saying, from the military. I was discharged. Not like dishonorably or anything. It was just because of my injury, but I'm technically not a part of the military right now.
Injury? With your shoulder?
Yes. It was a bad injury, required some time to heal, and my skills were not quite the same afterwards, so I was given an honorable discharge.
It's their loss, really.
I agree. Not to sound vain, but I agree.
I mean, you have more value than just shooting things, regardless. All that training that they put into you, it doesn't make sense that they would let someone like you go so easily.
Yes, well, I was a fair bit better then than I am now. It almost feels like I'm starting from square one again. But it's understandable the way that we work. You know, we give it our all, and if something prevents us from doing that, well, we must stand aside and let someone else take that place. So that's what I did. And should an emergency ever arise where we need bodies, I have no doubt they'll call on me again. But
And would you answer that call?
I would.
So no bitterness then between you and your military?
None at all.
Alright. Well, I don't understand it exactly, but I can respect that. It makes sense from a military standpoint. I can see how your people follow something like that, even though I think it might be a bit harsh, but...
It's what's allowed us to be so strong. Perhaps a
I'll
little
do that.
callous in the eyes of some, but strong.
I don't judge. Each culture has their own way of doing things, and it makes sense for them. And there's no sense in others judging it when they don't understand it fully. It's worked for your people for God knows how long, then that's worked for your people. And
If
if you're
more
happy
people-
with it, then that's all that matters, right?
I think if more people had that outlook, then a lot of conflicts could have been avoided.
Interesting perspective. Well, I'm glad you're feeling excited. That makes me feel a little better.
Excited and a little bit nervous, but excited.
I'm pretty nervous about it myself. But feel better of that, knowing that we've got you with us.
I am admittedly a little bit more nervous now, looking at the state of this Mako.
Yeah.
A curious sight to be seen driving up on a Turian camp, I'm sure. But hopefully the flag will help us out a bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than it looking like Alliance military. I mean, this is about as far away from looking like an Alliance military vessel as you can get at this point, right?
That's certainly true.
So we'll just kind of look on the bright side, you know? Well, thanks for talking to me, Bear. Appreciate it.
Thank you for not writing me off. I do appreciate it, even if I don't show it.
I can tell. It's okay. Usually the ones that are a bit harder to get to know are the ones that are more interesting.
Well, I'm not sure about interesting, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
It's okay. I can understand where you're coming from. But I'm glad you're giving me a chance.
It's a two-way street, and you know, I've been thinking about this since we arrived on this planet. You have been kind to me since we first met. I have not been kind to you, so I do think I owe you an apology.
Not necessary. It's okay.
I need to apologize, not just for your sake, but for mine as well. It's not how I was brought up.
Very well then. Vera, I accept your apology.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, well, eyes peeled.
Alright, so some time passes, and it's time for the last watch. I don't know if you guys want to choose to wake up anyone else, but you do notice that Jamar is up and he looks back to his normal color, his healthy color, and he looks much better.
I'll go wake Jamar up. Slap him on the face a little bit gently. Hey buddy, wake up. It's your turn. You look good. Much better. You feeling better?
He is muted, so I don't know if he is
Yeah.
feeling better.
Oh god, he lost his voice. The poison
Mostly.
got to his Vocal
Well,
cords.
we knew the poison was dangerous. Mostly. Was that an explosion I heard?
Yeah. Drescar wants to talk to you. Probably something about him hoping you have some miracle cure for glitter. So, hopefully, maybe you can science something up. I couldn't think of anything. Usually it just takes time. But
I mean, it's a substance that could be weaponized.
and we have successfully done so. Vera's got the
Oh.
plans. We, Athelia and I kind of made a glitter bomb, which Athelia then, a glitter paint bomb, and then Athelia decided to test it out on Drescar's cloaking. And, well, you'll see the aftermath up above. So have fun with that. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Oh. Huh. Sonic blasting? Maybe.
You're like, I could build on this. And when you go outside, you sure enough see purple paint with blue glitter all over the top of the Mako.
Weaponized indeed.
You do hear some scraping behind a rock, though.
Drone will go investigate.
Okay. And around the corner, you see a very upset Drescar that his scales look a bit rough, and you can tell from how he's scratching at himself and everything that you think he's been scratching for quite a long time. He's not his usual green self.
I see the drone. Jamar!
It's like you're having with
Jamar, do you have compressed air?
No. I've been trying to weaponize that stuff for years. Looks like they've succeeded.
I need compressed air.
I mean, you could stand on top of the Mako while we drive around. That would be the closest you're going to get, unfortunately, at the moment.
Is there compressed air in the Mako?
No.
I think Drescar might silently let a tear fall.
Would you like to search the Mako for anything else in particular, maybe?
What?
Just in case.
He wants to search for Athelia. So
I require the weaponization plans of glitter now.
Jamar's
Oh,
like,
I'm sure
on
you can have it.
board."
Is there any gasoline in the Mako?
I don't think lighting yourself on fire is going to solve anything.
Oh, it's not for me.
Just oh, oh my. Drescar, go ahead and make a straight intelligence check.
16?
16? Okay. You do know that because it is a vehicle, especially a human vehicle, you do remember seeing a, oh god, words are escaping me. Fire thing.
Extinguisher.
Thank you.
Extinguisher?
God, words are hard. I know it in my head. My mouth wouldn't say it. Yes.
A fire extinguisher. Completely not helpful for anything that I need.
Just saying, you asked for compressed air. That's the closest you're gonna get.
The best you could do is, I mean, roll around in the sand.
The paint is pretty much off you at this point from you scratching and rolling for this long. It's
If
just
there's
the
any
glitter at this
remnant
point.
glitter, it would be there for, I mean, it's much like dust from filing metal down. It's going to be there forever.
Are there in the Mako? Were there washcloths? Were there rags of any kind?
There's rags.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some rags.
Gonna go in,
Okay.
grab some rags, grab a bottle of whatever high proof alcohol I have.
Were you carrying any alcohol on you?
I think I would have brought one bottle.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, Thelia probably has a bottle in her bag, let's be honest.
Okay.
I'm going to use Athelia's bottle without waking her up.
You
Do I notice?
You go ahead and do a search your bag, do an investigation.
Do I notice him searching my bag? Does it wake me up?
Well, let's see how well he does first.
Investigation. 17.
17. Athelia, do you usually sleep with your bag on or kind of off to the side a little bit?
I imagine it's nearby. I'd probably press it up against myself, but it'd be next to me.
Okay, 17 is high enough to where you could probably successfully get into the bag and take a look.
So did I find it?
Sorry, yes.
Do I need to roll
Yes.
stealth?
No, sorry.
I'm going to use that.
Okay.
I'm going to open it up and I'm going to dip the rag and I'm going to try to swipe the glitter off my cloak.
I imagine that stings.
After all the scratching, yeah, that's gonna
Hey,
sting.
I said my cloak.
I'm just saying, on the skin, obviously it's not gonna hurt. You're not gonna feel the stinging.
I'm
outside
wearing
the
a
cloak.
jacket. The
I'm
only part of my
saying.
skin that's the only part of my skin that's
You
covered
are
in glitter
seeing
is my
improvement.
face.
There's still quite a bit of glitter, but you're seeing some improvement. It's not all coming off, but it's
Well, I'm going to
doing
do what I
something.
can.
Okay. Okay. Are you doing this the rest of the night?
Let me put it this way. In the morning, Athelia will wake up with a pile of rags in front of her face, covered in glitter, and the empty bottle sitting right in front of her.
Okay. Jamar,
Mm-hmm.
roll me a perception, please. I'm so uncomfortable and I'm the DM.
We're all gonna wake up super high from the alcohol fumes in this tiny space.
Unless he opened up a window
No,
or
I'll
the
do, I'll
door.
do that outside. I
You're
don't
gonna
want
do
to
it
make the
outside?
makeup
Okay.
blow up when
Okay.
Dracus
Meet
turns
the
the
Keith.
ignition.
Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome. Yeah, because it's a good thing no one
Okay.
smokes, because the inside of the car.
Yeah.
We survive aliens and monster fights and everything, only to die because somebody decided to hotbox the Mako with
All right,
fumes.
11 on my perception and 17 for the Wheatley.
Okay, so you don't really notice anything. You're kind of just not paying attention. You're just distracted by trying to maybe think of your own modifications on how to use this bomb and how clever it was that they were able to kind of weaponize this. When Wheatley kind of comes over and you see that the little eye that he has on him is kind of blinking red. And he kind of is giving you the signal to check your Omni tool.
I check.
Okay, you see that there is a very big blip that's what you can imagine still a few miles off, so not close to you, but a little too close for comfort, and it looks like a pretty big blip on the radar.
Now, when you say, how far away are we talking?
It's a few miles. You actually can feel a little bit. It's ever so subtle because now that's been brought to your attention, there's a very subtle tremor. Very subtle, and it's not constant. It's just a little bit here and there.
We're gonna monitor that. If it gets closer, we might have a problem.
Okay. So you spend the rest of your watch kind of monitoring it. It doesn't seem like it's getting close, but it is moving. And it's not
Okay.
really moving in a straight line. It almost looks like it's kind of going in a circle, but it's moving so slowly that so far you feel like, okay, we're safe for now, but it's still closer than you'd like, whatever it is.
I don't want to send Wheatley out that far. I value him more than that. Okay.
Okay. The sun comes up on this 4th day of you guys traveling. Jamar, before you walk inside, you see Dreskar getting ready to walk inside with you with just these glittery rags and just reeking of alcohol with an empty bottle in his hand.
He wasn't on watch. It's not my concern what he was doing.
All right. And at this point, everyone else is starting to slowly wake up as well.
I just want to know, how much did I get off?
Okay. You got a nice chunk of it off. Still some on you. You're not exactly sure how well you're going to do stealth-wise, but you look a hell of a lot better than you did when you were rolling around in the dirt.
All those rags are going to be very gently placed right in front of Athelia,
Okay.
along with the empty bottle.
Okay.
I'm strapping myself into one of the cargo seats, and I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
Are you removing the glitter-covered armor first?
That's a good question, Dreskar.
I'm not sure what that would do.
Because you know what happens. Once glitter's in there, it's never coming out.
Well, it's not coming out until I can get into a sonic shower anyways.
Now, unfortunately, Dreskar, despite you sleeping during the day, you do suffer a point of exhaustion.
Going to sleep.
If you're going to sleep, just let you know. If anything were to happen, you have 1 point of exhaustion.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay. Everyone starts to wake up. Athelia, well, technically everyone can smell the alcohol, but Athelia, you more so because of the rags sitting pretty much right up against your face. And when you move to look over, you see a bottle just kind of like boop you on the forehead. And you recognize the bottle.
Well, fair enough. So I can see Dreskar sleeping over there with the glitter still on him. I feel really bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take probably the seat next to him, and I'm going to attempt opening one of the windows of the Mako. I'm going to attempt to pick up pieces of glitter with this lift spell and move them outside the Mako, drop them over and over again, because it's a cantrip.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna take a very long time, but it's
That's fine. That's
it's
what I'm doing with
progress.
my time until I can get it off.
It's
I'm so
progress.
glad I seatbelted myself in,
Yep.
because she'd
Yeah.
probably throw me out the window.
And
It
Dreskar
can only lift
is-
up to 10 kilograms, so.
and he's
no.
out. You can tell from just how he looks, he is exhausted. He is out.
Yeah.
Again, thankfully, because of the seatbelt, he doesn't even know you're doing this. He is too tired to even give a shit right now.
Knowing he's that tired too, if I have time, I would also like to dig into his makeup bag and find his lotion and kind of put lotion on the raw portions of his skin to try and help him out. I would use Medi-Gel,
There's
but
just
I don't
so
want to waste my
many-
one Medi-Gel.
There's so many Drell jokes I want to make because of lotion and water and anyway.
Alcohol and lotion
all
and
right.
glitter.
So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. That was incredibly unexpected. I didn't know you were gonna use it on Dreskar. That may or may not hurt you. We'll find out. But we'll be right back, guys. After just a few minutes of us walking around, getting some water, and all that good stuff, and we will see what happens on this 4th and supposed final day, maybe. And see what the crew does. Don't go anywhere, guys. Also, Brockus, just like Jamar, you are no longer poisoned. So you go. Be right back, guys.
tone happening to make it even a thing.
And we are back.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, my stomach hurts from laughing too much. That was just... It's the greatest. So yeah, it's morning. And, Dreskar. That's... Too bad he can't have the gif of the guy just going like, with the glitter everywhere. Right now.
Oh, that'd be great.
I think
Got
you
that
can,
somewhere.
But it has to be a video though. It can't be a GIF. I don't think. I think it has to be an actual legit video. But
It does, because everything breaks otherwise.
yeah, it does. So
However, converting it to an MP4
yeah, that'll still work.
file wouldn't be difficult. My brain broke for a moment. I was like, convert what?
You're like, techie stuff.
File types, brain, please.
Oh, but it is morning.
Accepting the glitter.
Yeah, he has no choice but to embrace it right now.
Embrace the glitter life.
Jamar and Brockus, you guys are well. Aside from Dreskar, you all are recovered as far as spell and tech slots and health and everything. You guys do notice the smell of alcohol and a passed out Dreskar in the back.
I can feel you next to him,
Good.
casting left over and over again on the glitter,
Yeah.
moving it outside through the window.
Late night drinking.
Yeah, that checks out.
Melanie's like holding her head from all the fumes, like she's got a headache a little bit.
Melanie, you might want to get rid of those rags over there.
You're
That's
muted,
probably
Dreskar.
I did the wiping outside.
You did, but the rags reek. And
It smells
that's
like
true.
afterlife in
and your
here.
skin smell.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I don't like it. I throw the rags out.
Okay.
Did you all have a drunken party inside the Mako last night?
No. There was testing of a new weaponization. Dreskar was victim to it.
Inside?
Outside. Don't look on top of the Mako.
Brockus, you actually can see some splatter at the very top of the windshield of purple paint with some sparkly stuff in it.
Well, that's definitely going to ruin any element of surprise we may have had.
Yeah, they'll definitely see us coming.
Ooh. Or the paint would still technically be tacky, right?
It'd be in several hours. In a
In the
warm
night.
format.
In the desert.
Hey, deserts get cold at night.
As long as they didn't put bologna on the car.
I'm just thinking, if it's still technically tacky, we could rub sand on it and...
I don't think it's tacky anymore.
We could put more paint up there and make that tacky.
No.
If only you had compressed air.
Oh, also,
Don't look at me when you say that. The DM will remember this.
there was a larger blip on the radar last night. Nothing getting closer, but then I kind of point on the map, radar, where it was coming from.
Okay.
Larger bit, blip. That could be. You think that was maybe a Thrashamar or maybe a convoy of some sort?
There was rumbling.
What kind of rumbling?
Intermittent and not getting closer kind.
Well, neither a convoy nor a thresher maw spell fun for any of us. So let's go ahead and avoid that area for now.
Alright.
And it was off to the side, so it wasn't going in the direction that you guys are headed.
Perhaps as few jumps as possible today. If it is a thresher maw, we don't want to attract it.
True, but jumps may throw it off.
Or tell it exactly where we are.
Explain how jumps would throw it off
We're not touching the ground anymore.
for like a few seconds and then boom, big touch to the ground.
You just keep jumping.
Yeah, I don't really see the logic in that, but you're the driver, so you're cool, I guess, or the group's cool. I vote less jumping along with Vera, if it matters.
All right,
Well, that's 2 against 0, so no
and I
jumping.
floor it.
Cool.
All right, and you guys continue on your way out. So just like before, as far as you guys know, this is maybe your last day. Did you guys want to do any last minute projects?
I would like to make another glitter bomb, please.
I will assist
You
with that.
unfortunately did not have enough glitter. You
I
had
would like
enough to make
a
one
paint
bomb. You can make a paint bomb. It's essentially the same thing, just not the glitter. So yes, you can.
Would you like help with that again?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
All right, so I'll take a break from casting lift over and over again to go help her. with
How many
the-
canisters do you guys have left?
4.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. Go ahead and Melanie, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Engineering or
Engineering.
okay. $22.
22. All right. You are able to successfully make a paint bomb.
And then at some point, I do want to redraw the schematics for the. I probably borrow the schematics back from Vera and redraw another copy of it to give to Jamar.
Okay.
So Jamar, here's the schematics of the weaponized glitter in case you had anything you'd like to add on or any improvements. If you make improvements, you probably want to tell Vera so she can update for her Omni tool.
I have ideas.
On the bright side, well, my plan was not very well thought through, obviously. We have weaponized glitter.
That's just deep.
Well,
I'm pretty sure some
our enemies will fear us.
I'm pretty sure some planets consider that a war crime.
Well, let's
Ruckus,
avoid
yeah,
those
you
plans.
know what glitter is because of obviously your daughter.
Yep.
Vera, because of your conversation with Melanie last night, though you don't have a complete understanding, you at least know what glitter is now.
And as we set out in the morning, I'm going to begin the process of swapping out one of my schematics for my makeshift grenades ability.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll actually complete that because it does take me 8 hours to do it, but I will
Oh.
start the process
Okay.
just in case.
I mean, you guys get up fairly early. You guys usually are up around like 7 o'clock-ish, so you can at least start on it and see how far you can get. So, yeah, that's fine. So a few hours go by. You're doing your project. Melanie and Athelia are finishing up their projects and making another paint bomb. What color paint is it this time?
This one's going to be green and blue.
Green and blue, okay. Drescar's still passed out. Athelia, after you finish up helping Melanie, you're probably going back to
Yep.
lifting.
As much glitter as I can get off of them.
So as you guys are traveling down, it's about midday at this point, and Brockus, because you're driving, you kind of notice it more, but you notice that there's a little tremor here and there. Not powerful enough to kind of throw the Mako off or anything, but it's enough to feel it.
I'm gonna bring the radar up onto like the 3D display again.
Okay, and you see a big blip that looks a bit closer than where Jamar pointed out from the night before.
Does it look like it's trying to follow us?
It doesn't, but it is getting closer. Not by much. It's still definitely a few miles off, but the blip is a bit closer than where it was before.
Hey Slim, that trimmer blip that you mentioned, it's getting a bit closer. few miles out still, but I don't know if it's taken notice of us yet or if it's just going through the motions.
Vera, you might want to keep the guns pointed in that direction.
Do we want to alter our course a little bit to go a little farther away from it?
If it's a maw, yes. Also, those guns are just gonna piss it off.
I think we should definitely alter course. As I'm leaving a glitter trail behind us.
So I'm gonna do my best to alter the course to where we're still on track to make time, but putting distance between
Kind
us
of
and
going around.
yeah,
away from the blip.
kind of like going as far out and around as possible.
Okay. So you have no problem kind of going around. It's a little bit harder to maneuver now. You have to kind of keep track because there's a lot more rock formations.
Mhm.
The Mako can still squeeze between all of them, but you're kind of on high alert with between looking at the radar, not hitting any rocks. Go ahead and just make a quick vehicle handling check for me real quick. Vera, you're still in the passenger seat, right? The co-pilot seat? Okay.
Yep.
That'll be 17.
17? Okay, yeah. You hit some bumps here and there, but you're able to weave right through. You're doing pretty good. Vera, because Brockus is concentrating, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Or actually, anyone who's even paying attention, if they want to look outside, go ahead and roll me perception checks.
Am I still working on the canister right now?
At this
or-
point, no. You guys
Okay.
completed it at this point. It took you guys a little bit faster this time because now that you have those schematics and it worked, you guys were able to recreate it that much faster this time around.
I'm too distracted by my Omni tool, apparently. I rolled an 8,
Oh, okay.
which is not good for a +5.
Friends who roll dice, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in. Get some love and hearts in chat for friends who roll dice, please. Welcome on in, guys.
I got an 18.
You got an 18? Okay. Was anyone else rolling aside from Dresscar because he's passed out?
You said a perception roll, but I'm focused driving, so I don't do that,
You could
right?
still do it if you want, just a disadvantage for you.
Yeah, you know what? Why not?
Okay.
Every time I cast lift, it's a concentration, so I'm concentrating on that.
Oh, not a fail yet.
Perception. Dirty 20.
You're 20. Okay. Melanie and Brockus actually are able to see this. So as you are maneuvering through the rocks, you both notice that kind of off in the distance, in the new direction that you're going, after about an hour traveling this area, you notice what looks like debris from some machinery that looks like it's crashed up against the rocks. And you do notice bits and pieces of white and blue from what looks like a banged up Alliance symbol on the side of this machine.
Anyone else seeing that?
Yeah. We may want to check this out.
I mean, it could have supplies, if anything, or give us some clues on what's going
Survivors.
on, how we might be received.
Or maybe some water we can help Dresscar with.
Or drink.
Hate to say it, but I imagine we have some sort of urinary conversion process.
All suits have catheters. We've established this.
Need to go into
All
detail.
suits have a waste system. Which I
Yeah,
think
so
is actually legit. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it is legit that they have a waste system. Not exactly a catheter, but I mean,
It's
how
a
else is it
recycle
gonna
system
work?
that's built into them.
How else is it gonna work? Let's just be honest.
Moving on.
Guys, there's a series called Dune. They explain it. It doesn't need to be a catheter. It just needs to collect the water and recycle it.
What about the poop? You know, we're not gonna get into it. Anyway, Raucous. So are you pulling up next to this
Yeah,
then?
the pulling up. Yeah,
Okay.
pulling up to it.
Okay. It's a tight squeeze, but you're able to successfully pull up next to it. And it looks like, it doesn't look like it crashed into the side. It may have been more of an aftermath, but you can very much see scorch marks from guns that you can see, very big guns. all over on this vehicle.
Was this an aircraft or was this like another Mako?
It's another Mako.
Ooh.
No,
And how-
he means the guns that hit the Mako.
Yeah.
were-
Oh, sorry. No, the guns that hit the Mako, you don't really recognize them. You just know that they were big guns that were probably not on a vehicle, but on a aircraft.
Possibly like some sort of anti-personnel cannon or something.
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell because again, gun marks is kind of gun marks. But you can imagine it was something big than a land vehicle or anything like that.
Can I tell maybe approximately how long this thing's been out here?
Sure, you can do an investigation if you want.
Alrighty. Anything with that? This could be a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
It's a little hard to tell between the sand, and usually you've seen every once in a while there's been like some storms and everything like that. You're not 100% sure how long it's been out here, but it doesn't seem rusted over or anything, so the time is a little hard to tell, but you know it's probably fairly recent.
Melanie would like to get out and search the vehicle for intel. Any intel
Okay.
that might be left behind, including like looking into the ship's computer systems, logs, all that kind of stuff.
Okay,
I'll assist her with that because I was going to do the same thing.
okay, so you guys can go ahead and kind of hook up in this system. Go ahead and do a electronics.
Wouldn't it be a communications?
I don't have that on my paper.
Star system communications. It's
No,
the starships.
this is not a starship.
Ah, damn it, that's right.
I was like, oh crap, that's a specialty one, isn't it? Because I don't have it on here.
Alright, I'll still assist her with that.
I was gonna say, you've got another engineer on hit standby.
Yeah.
What do I get for assistance?
Advantage.
Okay. Better. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay. So you're able to easily extract a log, and it's a video log. And it's because of how broken this Mako is, it's a little hard to make it out. It's mostly just noise and static, but you're able to hear and see a little bit of video from what looks like it's from someone's helmet that was connected to the system for the logging purposes. And you see that the person is screaming to get out and find some cover, and they look over and you see ships, these blue ships, just fly over, just blasting at them. The Mako's kind of jostling all over the place, trying to stay in control while they're trying to lose them in this path that you guys are stuck in. And then all of a sudden there was just this big explosion, and the guy screams in pain as everything starts to go blank. The helmet then goes staticky for a little while, and then you see a video pop back open again. Helmet's not moving or anything, but you see what looks like the outline of a Turian in armor. So you can't see a face or anything, and it's really only like the knees down, so you can't really tell, but you can tell from the bone structure, especially being around Vera, that you can tell that this is Turian. Just walks up, and you can see some of the bodies, including whoever's wearing this helmet, just starting to be dragged away before it goes staticky again.
Okay.
And that's all you're able to get.
Can I download the video and then share it out
You
with the
certainly
group?
can.
Okay. So I do that, download it to OmniTool,
Okay.
send it out, and the little message that goes bleep. Watch this.
So everyone gets a text message.
And do I get any other intel or like information about the base that they might have gathered or anything?
You do
that they
also
never
pick up a
gathered?
log that is not a video log this time. This is just an actual data entry, confirming that this looks like it was a scouting vehicle for the Alliance. You notice that the vehicle is registered to the military base that you guys came from. So you start to assume that this is probably the missing scouts that were looking for their base. And you notice that there are 4 people that were registered under this vehicle. So you can put together that there was only 4 people that went to go out and take a look at what's going on. The log for their very last entry was about a week ago.
Okay. And so I'd like to take note of the names so that I can give that back to the base later. And the bodies are not there, right?
You can do another investigation check, because no one really has searched for bodies yet.
I was gonna say that.
Unless while you guys are doing the downloads, is anyone else wanting to do an investigation while you're doing this?
Oh, if they're already working on the electronic side of it. I really want to see if I can pull any sensor info out of this thing.
Okay. Are you looking for something specific?
Well, if we know we're after Turians, I'd like to see if I can get any sort of read on the where they came from and where they were headed.
Okay. Go ahead and do a electronics for me.
Okay.
And then what are the other 2 doing? Brockus and Vera.
I'm going to be looking at that video that was sent to us.
Okay.
Specifically at the Turian, looking to see if his armor is military at all, and if there are any kind of identifying marks on them.
Okay. Because it's just kind of the knee down, it's a little hard to tell, but you do recognize it instantly that it is a military uniform. And seeing, you can, even though it's really blurry and it's hard to see, you recognize the general shape of the ships as Turian ships. And then Jamar, what did you get?
17.
17? Okay, yeah, you are able to extract, you are able to kind of narrow down a little bit more from that video and their schematics of what direction they were heading in. And they were heading about northeast from where you guys are now, and the ships were coming from the northwest.
Okay.
So you're not 100% sure if that's exactly where they're coming from, or maybe they just looped around. It's a little hard to tell. However, when the bodies were being dragged back, it was going more north, back to their ships.
Do we have on our Mako a map of basically a topographical map of the area?
You do, yes.
It's
not very detailed though, because of it's really hard out here because communications and everything, electronics don't work like at their finest. But yeah, you can get a generalization of the area.
Okay, then I would like to find a place on said map nearby that is big enough to set down a Turian ship.
Okay, you can see, so you kind
possibly getting Vera's help with that because she knows the ships better than I do.
Okay. What you can see on the map, because I'm assuming you're looking in the whole north part of the area.
Basically,
yeah. All that.
What's big enough to set down a damn ship?
So you do notice that a lot of it is just very large rock structures. However, closer to the almost due north, you do see a whole, what looks like a mountain range that goes across that seems to be pretty large compared to these rock formations that you see. They're still large, but from it sounds like the amount of attacks that have been on the Alliance, you're assuming that for all those ships, maybe closer to the mountain range as opposed to the rock formations.
Okay.
So once we have that video extracted, I would like to go and start looking for bodies to see if I can find any dog tags or any type of identifying items from these people that we can return to their loved ones.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation. And then Brockus, what are you doing?
Keeping an eye on the radar, make just so nothing sneaks up on us.
Okay, you still see that big blip, but it doesn't seem to have moved much since you guys went off in the other direction.
I would like to scrap the Mako for key parts in case things break down on us. Or
Okay.
gets damaged.
No problem. Go ahead and make a engineering.
I rolled a natural one. This is what I get for rolling high on my deception, or my persuasion.
Nope,
I've gotten my payback.
You're too much in awe at how much damage has been done to this machine,
Yeah.
and that video kind of made you very nervous, and you're just too distracted to really look thoroughly.
Acceptable.
Natural 19 for a total of 26.
Ew,
Or 25.
very nice.
25.
So you are able to find some spare parts. Not too much because of how badly damaged this is, but enough to find some extra tools. There are a few parts. I don't know car parts very much because I'm kind of car stupid, so I can't really say. But you find some parts that
I'll
could,
just put some pots.
some that look like would help with either tire pressure or even the engine itself.
That's mainly what I was looking for, was like key engine parts.
Yeah. So not much. But you're able to
Injectors,
find a few.
alternators, carburetors.
Yeah. Car stuff. Cylinders.
Flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor.
And the
It's what she
dipstick.
would have thought to do, so she's scrapping.
That works. And you find the dipstick. Just the dipstick. I know that word. Alright, do you guys want to do anything else while you're out here?
Yes. After everyone is finished with their investigations and we're all clambering back into the Mako, I'm gonna kind of turn to look at the rest of the group. Anyone that knows these Mako vehicles better than I do, are they capable of repeating a recorded message out on various frequencies?
I mean, I can rig it anything to do that.
Should be possible.
After seeing that wreckage over there, I think it might not be a bad idea for me to record a message that identifies myself, and we can broadcast that as we move forward, in case they're monitoring well, they should be monitoring frequencies.
Do we even
I'll
know
pick
if
that
they
up.
are the military?
Everything is pointing to them being military.
Well, work out a message. We'll get it sent. Right, Jamal?
So I'm going to record a message that we can repeat on various frequencies.
Okay. And is it basically just identifying yourself and why you're there? Or what do you think?
Yeah,
specifically?
I think Vera will say, "This is Lieutenant Kyrian of the 7th Fleet, Turian Navy. I've come to speak with Lieutenant Commander Sipsius. Do not open fire on approach."
Okay. So you'll have that playing on repeat coming out of your guys' own Mako across all frequencies, which is fairly easy to do. And which direction are you guys heading out to now?
Yep, I'll give Brockus the updated map of where things should be.
Okay. And you notice, Brockus, where he points out, it's still kind of close to where that blip is, but you still could go around to your destination as the plan you had before to get there. It's just, you just have to adjust your course.
All right, then I will do that.
Okay. All right. And you guys start heading out. Drescar is still snoring.
I'm still doing the lift over and over again.
And you notice, Brockus, with how far you're going out, it will probably take you, unless you have any trouble, may take you until maybe the middle of the night to get to that mountain range. Or if you guys decide to stop, you can get there pretty early in the morning. Depending on if you want to drive through part of the night or take a break.
I look back to everyone relaying that information.
Okay.
Do we want to make this early morning call, or do we just want to ride into the night?
I think early morning would be better.
Give Drescar a chance to recover fully.
I would just worry about it being so many days. But think we have much of a choice. I'm sure that the Turians would probably rather people approach them in broad daylight than in the night. They might take the wrong message that way.
Certainly
Right.
seem less threatening to approach in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm. Unless we want to be trying to be sneaky. I don't know what we're trying.
I don't know how sneaky we can be anymore. We did glitter the top of the makeup. I mean, I glittered the top of the makeup.
Well, exactly. Which is, you know, if we were trying to be sneaky, the glitter is a little harder to see at night, so that would help
Sure.
us make that decision. If we're not trying to be sneaky and be upfront about it, I mean, we're already broadcasting, so I imagine we're not being sneaky anymore, right?
Yeah, I feel like trying to sneak in. If this is military, trying to sneak in is not a good way to go about it.
Nope, that's how we get shot.
All right. So morning then, right? Seems like.
Morning.
Okay.
So, does it seem like I'm making any progress at all with all this glitter?
Little bit. There's still quite a bit on him. You're thinking this is still gonna take a lot of your time.
I'll
But you're
go.
able to get maybe a couple off at a time?
I'm getting the sense that PM wants consequences for our actions.
No, I'm fine with
This is
consequences
also
for my actions.
personal experience with glitter. That shit is hard to get off.
Oh, it is.
Exactly why Mel
It
was
gets
like,
in the
"Might take
fabric.
days,
It's
weeks."
yeah,
You
it's hard. So that's not so much that. It's like no, I'm thinking real life here. Okay, that shit is hard to get off.
Athelia doesn't have much experience with glitter. She knew what it was. She knew that it did. She had an idea. She went with it. She did not think ahead. So I'm okay with her having consequences for this, but she just kind
I
of
mean,
feels
there's-
bad with how
there's-
hard he scrubbed.
There's gonna be, but yeah, glitter is. It's a bitch. No, my experience with glitter Azerin is going to the clubs and having girls with that freaking body glitter, like pressed up against you, and then it's not until you leave the club when you're like, son of a bitch, you
Hey,
can't
as
get
one
that
of those
off.
girls with the body glitter.
They-
back
they-
in the day.
They put glitter in
Yeah,
some of the.
son of a bitch. Get that shit
Sorry,
off me.
okay, I was going through a glitter phase.
Not to mention it somehow like gets on parts of your body where you're like, wait, what? And it's like it migrates and sticks in places, and then the next morning you're like, I thought I scrubbed thoroughly. Nope, they're still picking it off.
Oh, my boyfriend has a trout bait that has glitter in it. He came back from fishing one day and had nothing but glitter all over the side of his face and down his shirt. And I was like, where have you been?
Fishing.
For
Yeah,
pixies
yeah.
is what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's fishing for pixies.
Oh.
Christmas decorations with glitter on them. Six
Yep.
months later, you're finding glitter on the floor going,
Yeah.
I
This is
vacuumed
true.
you
Yep.
repeatedly.
Yeah.
Or
You
glitter on
should see me if I get a birthday card or something that has glitter on it. You'll notice that I all of a sudden adjust how I open the card because I'm like,
Yep.
shit's gonna get everywhere.
like it's
Just
like bomb, you know, like it's anthrax and
because
glitter.
all you have to do is just like touch the card and just glitter just drops.
Just-
You're like,
If
Yeah.
we had titles for episodes, the episode's title really needs to be like glitter bomb. Like, or something.
partied with Kesha, you know,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, the episodes usually get titled when they go on YouTube.
yeah, right. Well, I can't use Kesha, so I'll have to make up a name.
Partying with Athelia.
Kesha comes across our game. I resemble that, or resent that. Anyway, you guys.
No, you're right the first time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I have us. Yeah, I stand by that.
So is it nighttime already, or are we still traveling, or what
So it was still fairly early in the morning when you guys first discovered this. So it's still going to take the rest of the day to get much closer to this mountain range. However, it is fairly difficult terrain because you are maneuvering through some rock formations, which Jamar, because knowing you being so techie, you are realizing it's getting harder and harder to use your Omni tool, even just for basic things, because and as Thomas and everyone else warned you guys before too, the deeper you got in there, you lose communication. It's very hard to communicate because of just how the topology is with technology.
Well, everything's about to break. Good enough.
Which Vera doesn't give you too much confidence on how much is getting out signal-wise. But it's still on repeat. It's not really interfering with anything else that's going on, so...
Can I do anything to try to boost the signal with Athelia's help?
You can certainly try, but with so much going on, there's a lot of interference. So the chances are low, but it's not impossible. But it's very difficult, and that's why they kept losing communication with anyone to go out to scout, because not even necessarily because they are gone, it was just, there was just no way to communicate with them.
Okay. So, could we do that or no?
No, you can. Yeah, no, you can. So go ahead and just do an electronics.
Okay. I'm gonna cast.
Jamar,
I'm gonna use guidance on Athelia, so I'm gonna let her take the lead on this one. It's related. I'm just helping her with the electronics part.
And is it just the basic D4 or is it the D6?
It's a D6. I have advanced.
Okay.
So, and it lasts for 10 minutes. So during this 10 minutes, also, Brockus is gonna have guidance because I get to do 3 people. And,
Okay.
Myself, why not? I don't know if I'm
Sure.
gonna do anything else. No, I'll do Vera since she's looking around, perception.
The
Okay.
advanced is a
Brockus,
D10.
Vera, and Athelia all have a D6 for the next 10 minutes.
The advanced is a D10.
Is
Oh,
it?
even better.
perfect.
Yeah.
I thought it said a D6. I
So-
read that wrong. Okay, D10
I
then.
think there's 2 different versions of the advanced, isn't there? There's one that
Yes.
uses the D10, or there's the one that does the
The
several
multi-tap
people.
you can activate on up to 3 different targets for 1 casting. The improved tap increases the die to a D10 from a D6.
Okay, so I have advanced guidance, so I thought that just meant I get the multi-tap.
It's
just
one
so
or
it's
the
still a
other, I
D6,
think.
But
Yeah.
it affects multiple people, or do you want to affect one person and make it a D10?
Yeah,
Oh, I can pick one or the other?
yeah, it's one or the other. You pick which advancement option you want, but
Okay.
there's the 2 advancement options to choose from.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do the
That's cool.
D10 one then.
Okay. So, Athelia, you get a D10.
Alright, am I rolling with advantage as well?
Roll with advantage and then add the D10. Your camera's gone. I don't know if that's on purpose.
Yeah, I know my computer's.
Okay.
That would be. Oh, and a D10.
New computer, who this?
So that would be a 23.
23? Okay. You guys are able to boost the signal quite significantly, but without anyone replying back, it's really hard to determine like how successful it was, but you were able to boost the signal quite far.
Yeah, girl, I feel like we did it.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
So you guys are able, Brockus, you're pretty worn out because you've had to like uber concentrate the entire time through this difficult terrain. But you are able to make it pretty close to the mountain range. You can clearly see it on the horizon. You guys are pretty close. And then you can choose to just bunker down. If you want to go a little bit closer, just to push it a little bit more, or if you just want to bunker down in the rock formations that you're at right now.
Yeah, I think it's good to just bunker down in the rock formations.
Okay. Okay. Drescar, because you technically slept all day, you are no longer exhausted. You do have a headache because you were jostled around a little bit. But as soon as you wake up, it's nighttime.
He probably wakes up and I'm still casting it. I think he's probably still sitting there casting and lift over to pull glitter off of him.
He's been doing that all day, by the way. Trying real hard.
I feel really bad. I kind of did not think this through very well or at all. I'm real sorry. I've gotten some of it off. If you give me your jacket, I'll keep working on it.
Thank you.
I'll take his jacket and I'll sit there and I'll keep going. I will actually go through the entire night just getting this, trying to get as much glitter off.
No, you're not. You're gonna go to bed and not be exhausted the next day.
I promise you I will. I'll go to bed just in a minute.
Okay, but you're getting a good rest. If I have to take that jacket away from you, you're gonna go to sleep, alright?
We're just gonna take turns
I have-
taking off the glitter.
I have a range on lift that you can't move out of it. Pretty much inside this Mako.
So does that mean you're taking first watch, or you're just?
I'm taking first watch.
Okay.
Ilya, I swear you better go get some sleep at some point.
I will get some sleep.
Alright.
So is it just
Yeah,
Dreskar and
pretend-
Adelia then? I'm gonna take that
I
as a
believe
yes.
so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, go to bed.
I'm on top of the Mako again.
Okay. Paint's dry. I mean, you guys were going through the heat, and because of gravity,
I
being
am
all the pressure.
sitting nowhere near that spot.
He's sitting in the spot
So
where his
basically,
butt
the
perfectly
hood of the
spit.
car is the only place that does not have any paint or glitter on it. It's the hood of
Does
the car.
do the cannons on the top have glitter on top on
Yes,
them?
they do.
That is
Uh,
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
then
all over
hood
the
of the
top.
car.
That bomb has a 4-meter range.
Jesus.
4 meter radius? Or 4 meter.
Or radius. Sorry. Yes. So yeah.
It's possible the hood's even messed up.
Yeah. Hood is actually pretty okay. It kind of blasted in the other direction.
It looked like we roadkilled a unicorn.
a little bit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Dreskar, go ahead and roll me a perception. Athelia doesn't get to because she is picking off glitter.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. But I was in my spells for a second there, sorry. 21.
21. Nothing seems to be catching your eye. No sounds really go off. You do get a bit of a tremor, though, as you're sitting on the hood, which isn't too terribly comfortable because the Mako's on rocks, so you're kind of like, but get a little bit of a tremor.
I'll go with the Omni tool. Did you feel that tremor?
Are you talking specifically to Athelia or anyone across the board?
It'll be wideband to the group, but I don't expect it to really wake anybody up.
I mean, do I notice the tremor while I'm sitting here pulling glitter off?
Athelia, you do feel it. Everyone else, if you want to roll perception with disadvantage.
I definitely feel it. It's you think that's the question, Noah?
Athelia, you notice when he's trying to communicate with you, he's breaking up bad.
I'll probably crawl onto wherever he's on the Mako and be like, "You're breaking up. What was that?"
Did you feel that tremor?
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
What did everyone else roll?
I've been checking the
19.
The radar.
With
Nothing
disadvantage?
good.
Okay, nice. Melanie and Vera?
12.
Melanie got real bad. I mean, she's used to engines and like kind of rumbly sounds all the
Yep.
time, kind of comforting to her. So she's just like, "Oh, this is like a lullaby. This is
Yep.
really
It's
nice."
just white noise to her.
Mm.
Brockus, you kind of feel something, but you don't. But you see when you look outside because you're sitting just like reclined in the seat. You can see Dreskar out on the hood, so you're thinking maybe he's just jostling you around.
Does this thing have windshield wipers?
It does.
I'm gonna turn the windshield wipers on.
Okay. Dreskar, are you leaned up against the window, or are you just on the hood?
So the most comfortable position would probably be at least my ass on the window.
Okay, you're getting like a pushed pressure against your butt.
I'm gonna look back
And you see Brockus there just hitting the button. Roll for understanding.
You know,
Hand
given our
signals
last
all over.
attempt at hand signals,
I mean, you can roll an
Guard?
intelligence to see if you understand what the hell Brockus is trying to say.
14?
14? You just think he just wants you to move over.
Move over.
You see him scoot over a little bit.
Get off the window.
Moved over.
Get off the window.
Isn't that what I did when I moved over?
Is his ass still on the window?
Your ass is still on the window.
We're still on the window. Get off the window.
The window covers the whole front.
Scoot down, but in order to move, I'm going to place my entire hand flat, right against the window. Just move back.
And right out of your line of sight, you just see a handprint.
I really just want to hit that jump button right now.
Everyone gets
Do
jostled.
it.
Because how often do you sleep with seatbelts on? Everyone's just like, oh, fuck! Okay. You can do anything else, Dresscar?
No, I'll turn around
Okay.
and pay attention to the radar.
Okay. It's kind of moving a little bit, but it's not moving really closer. It's closer than where it was before, but it's not like it's coming closer to you guys. It looks like it's just kind of going in a weird, very slow pattern.
Brockus, do they normally move this slow?
Depends. I mean, if it is a mon, it's moving like that. It's probably not hunting.
Fair enough.
Can I discern a pattern? Like, is it circling an area? Does it look like it's hitting a perimeter and pulling back and testing other areas of a perimeter? Like, is there a pattern?
There is a little bit of a pattern. It almost looks like it's doing kind of a figure eight, sort of. And it's kind of all over the place, so sometimes it gets a little bit further, and then shorter, then sometimes it gets a little longer down to the bottom and a little shorter on top. Sometimes it goes a little sideways. It just looks like the only really discerned pattern is just kind of a figure eight almost.
So I'll go into the Mako and point out pattern. Brockus, are you familiar with the movement patterns of Thresher Moss? Is this normal behavior? And point out that it's doing these figure eights and just looping and
I don't know how in depth is Brockus' knowledge of a Thresher Maw.
Unless you faced one personally, which I'm pretty sure you haven't. Not very well, but you can still try to make a check. You can make a... Oh, what is it?
Would it be nature?
Technically nature doesn't exist.
It-
They do have
it's
a
right.
replacement.
Oh, okay. Because as you say, it's right on the character sheet.
Well, yeah, but that's because we couldn't get a Mass Effect conversion sheet. That thing.
No,
kept
it's
breaking.
Arcana that's missing.
It's animal handling, Arcana, nature, and religion.
No, fine. Science.
I believe it's a science though. Let me double check that. Because science, I believe, does replace it with biology and... Oh, yep. Yes, it is. Science.
So what is science?
Science is intelligence.
Oh wait, yeah. I actually have point. Why do I have points in science?
Everybody knows
Because it
science.
could be useful.
why wouldn't you?
No,
Sci-fi.
I legit have skill points in science.
Everybody knows science.
Intelligence based.
Because you want to be Bill
Uh,
Nye.
Okay, that'll be a 15 with science.
15 with science. You
You
probably
blinded
have
me with
an
science.
educated guess that it probably is a creature instead of an actual, like, maybe military maneuver. You're not 100% sure if that's what Thresher Maws do because they're underground. But you can probably determine that it's probably a creature of some sort. Is it a Thresher Maw, though? You're not 100% sure.
No clue if it's a maw. It's some sort of creature, though. Why is it just doing a figure eight out there? You said.
Looks like.
As long as it doesn't get near us, I don't care.
Is there any, like, do we have an idea how far away it is?
It's still several miles.
Maybe we should all finish our watches, do our watches inside the Mako, just in case it gets closer and we need to make a quick getaway.
That's probably no idea.
I have them every now and again.
Just not last night.
I was about to say that.
Okay, who's gonna take second watch then? The engineers.
Yeah, I usually
Yeah.
take watch.
Athelia's still up, but she's going to try and make it like when Melanie gets up and she goes to where she's sitting, she'll look like she's laying down to sleep, and then she gets up again and keeps going. She's like the child with the blanket over her with the flashlight on.
Melanie's gonna grab the jacket.
I can still reach it from there.
I'll notice if glitter's flying off, so you get some sleep.
Uh-huh.
Make me knock you out, go. I wouldn't do that to you, thank you. But seriously, get some sleep. We need you all, like, you know,
I'll get
ready to go tomorrow.
just one more watch. I'll do this and then I'll rest.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Look, it's my fault he's covered in glitter. I have to try and help.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's pointless. You don't understand glitter, right? It's gonna take him a while to get this off like a proper wash. You could stay up for 3 nights straight and be pulling glitter off all day and all night, and it would still be there.
It will still help in some way.
No, it won't. It really won't.
We could just put attach the jacket at the top of the Mako and blow it all off.
Can I, like, persuade her to go to sleep?
Yes, you can.
Swear to God, if you
What's
lose
the
my
counter for
armor-
persuade?
Defiance?
Insight?
No, not insight. What was yours, Mel?
I got a natural 19, so 21.
21? Yeah, actually, Athelia, that's pretty convincing.
Go to sleep.
I don't roll against it.
Not for when it's different because she's persuading as opposed to deceiving or lying or being forceful, intimidating you. So it's just kind of, she's trying to be convincing right now.
I'm being very convincing. You need your beauty sleep, alright? You need to sleep. We need you at tip-top shape tomorrow in case we get into a really big scrape. We're going to be meeting the Turians tomorrow. It's much more important that you're all together, right?
Right, just give me back the jacket so I can start working out when I wake up.
Nope. Good night.
I take the jacket and I ball it up and I use it as a pillow, and then I cover myself with a blanket so that she can't actually see the jacket underneath the blanket.
Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate this. Now go to sleep. You're fine.
The spell doesn't say I have to see it.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You've already been persuaded, woman. Accept the
You've
role.
been persuaded.
You guys have spoken.
She'll go to sleep.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and take one more break for the night, because again, we're not ending now, but we're gonna end a little bit earlier. I know we started late, but we still want to end somewhat on time, because Rojan has to work a late night here in a little bit.
Boo.
But we're gonna go ahead
Work.
and take one more break. So get up, move around, get some water, pee, do what you need to do, get glitter off your face, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Forever in your heart.
I am
Yeah,
a charisma
everything
base.
everything for me
We
is
are
basically hi. Yes.
Hi. I know Roach is not here, but at least for now, with the next watch, it's okay. Give some time.
Delia is reluctantly sleeping.
Reluctantly.
Ever
Oh
wire
no,
clippers.
rest.
She's kept up my thoughts of I need to get more glitter off.
God damn.
Like, I feel awful.
That's
Well,
why.
All right. So Jamar and Mel, go ahead and make some perception rolls.
None of these are going to be
Great
good.
at that.
Ooh, wait, I have a bot for this too.
Guidance.
Did Dreskar or Athelia mention to stay in the car because of the tremors? Because I know that was to Brockus.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
have pointed out
Okay.
that there were.
Yeah, because I didn't feel shit, so we don't know
Yeah.
about it.
Wow.
Neither did Jamar.
20 from me and 21 from Wheatley.
Oh, go Wheatley.
Nice.
All right.
I'm casting guidance on myself.
Okay.
Plus 10. You did D10.
Well, plus a D10. Let's not get too cocky here.
I have really bad perception. Guidance. And that did shit for me.
Oh no! What is the total?
I got a 6 on the D20 and a 2 on the D10. So
Oh,
yeah, Melanie is doodling right now.
No, yeah, nope.
just thinking of Athelia.
Pictures.
You're half distracted from doodling, and every once in a while looking up to make sure Athelia is still asleep.
Yep, pretty
You
much.
know?
Coming over, checking on her.
While Jamar over here notices that blip, and even because of his trained eye, it doesn't look like it much on the radar, but you do notice that blip is ever so slightly closer to you guys.
Why?
Later.
You do feel some tremors.
Well, shit.
A little bit stronger than the night before.
Oh. Okay. What does radar say?
The radar says it's still roughly several miles off, but it's uncomfortably close.
I don't trust the radar. I'm sending out Wheatley to go sit in the air.
Okay. How far are you sending him out, or are you just having him scout?
He is going out and 60 feet up.
Okay.
I want
he-
height.
Got it. Okay. So because it's still several miles away, he can't actually see anything. However, because you have him going up so high, he is actually above the rock formations now. So he has a much clearer view, and he doesn't really see anything as far as danger other than just the rocks, the sand, and the mountain range.
Well, I mean, if things aren't exploding, we're doing fine, right?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
That's my mantra, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Do you want to have him up there for the rest of the night?
I mean, he technically doesn't have a power source of any breed that needs to worry about.
Rope it.
You know what? He's gonna go up another 60,
Okay.
because he can always free fall to get his butt back down here if he needs to.
Okay. Okay. So he's up, still doesn't really see much. You do see a couple of, like, those little balloon things way off in the distance, but they're nowhere near you guys.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure that we don't get any unwelcome problems showing
Okay.
up on our doorstep.
All right. So he'll keep an eye out then. And then who's taking final watch? Brockus and Vera? You're muted, but I saw the nodding, so I'm assuming yes.
Stupid unmute key did not work.
Okay. So Brockus and Vera, you guys go ahead and start taking watch, and just like the group before, you're told of the news and stay inside. Go ahead and make a perception check.
23.
23. Wow.
Perception. 17.
17? Okay. So you both feel the tremor as well. You guys see the blip is in the same spot, thankfully, as where Jamar saw it. The tremors are just enough to kind of shake the Mako, but nothing too terrible. Otherwise, you don't really see anything else that catches your eye. No sounds, other than the occasional little from Wheatley moving.
Yeah, I will link Wheatley's sensors to the Mako.
Okay.
For the other two on watch, just so what he sees, they see.
Okay. Okay. Unless you guys want to do anything specific, we'll go ahead and be morning. Athelia, you are not exhausted. So you're good. Dreskar, you still have your coat. A little bit of glitter got on your face, but it's all good. However, Jamar, when you open up the door to call Wheatley back, you see he's already in front of the door, flashing that red light constantly.
You know, Wheatley, I built you a warning system that was not a red light.
Except the
And then when you
communication
check-
system's not working well.
When you check the communications, because he was above the rock formation, he had somewhat of a better sending signal, but you guys could not receive it.
This is the problem with technology.
Is there anything on the radar?
You see that blip is a hell of a lot closer now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see what Wheatley would like to tell me.
Okay, so Wheatley, you see it project this screen that pops up of the radar, and you see how, kind of on a fast forward mode, how this thing got closer and closer to you guys. And once it hit a certain perimeter, it tried to inform you guys, but you weren't able to receive it.
Okay, what is it? That is my real question.
You are unable to still see what it is. However, before he jostled down, you see a bunch of sand that looks like it's being disturbed. Very big, large clouds. But some of them looks like it's disturbed. Some of the clouds looks like it's rolling in from a direction. And you're thinking it might be a sandstorm. And it's heading in your guys' direction.
Baracus, I have bad news for you.
Wonderful. More bad news. What?
Well, A, our wonderful blip is closer. B, possible sandstorm.
I see. Wait, is the sandstorm the blip? No, that doesn't make any sense if the sandstorm's the blip.
But can Thresher Maws stir up enough sand to create one?
I would
The other
assume
question
so.
is, do Thresher Maws go above ground or do they burrow?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, that's mildly concerning.
So what I'm hearing is we need to get out of here.
And the tremor is definitely a lot more prominent now.
Everyone, put your seatbelts on.
Click, click.
All right, Brockus, go ahead and give me a vehicle handling.
I don't want to do off-roading.
That's going to be, let's see, was that a +4? That is going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So you are able to kind of maneuver yourself through these rock formations. A lot of them seem to be a lot closer together, so you have to be a little more careful maneuvering between them, especially since the Mako's kind of being jostled around a little bit from these tremors. And you're able to get out of this one area where it's a little more open, and you are now able to see very clearly this huge, what looks like a sandstorm coming, and you can see dark clouds mixed with sand just kind of steamrolling its way closer to you guys. And you know for a fact, especially since on your own planet, that if you don't get out of here or find some shelter soon, it could potentially wreck you guys.
All right, this is just pedal to the metal, just flooring this thing.
Okay.
While looking over at Vera. Use that thing to find us some cover now. As I'm pointing to the radar.
I will do exactly that. Bring up the radar, a map of the surrounding area if I can,
Okay.
and look for anything that might give us a decent amount of cover.
Okay.
Enough cover for the entire Mako, so that we don't lose the vehicle to the sand.
Okay. So you guys know that you're about a couple hours off, maybe, if you went normal pace, to the mountain range. So Brockus, with you flooring it, you guys will shave half the time getting there. Once you approach a little bit closer, Vera, go ahead and make a perception check.
Jamar, as we're going, do you want to make sure that signal of Vera's message is going out? Since we're having communication issues?
Sure.
22.
22?
Oh.
It's a little hard to tell. However, you do see what looks like some cracks within the mountainside. It's a little hard to tell because you're still a little bit far away, but they look like they might even be wide enough for you guys to take cover in, as if they're almost like cave formations for you to get into. However, you still have a little bit of a ways to go there, and the sandstorm is tailing you guys. And Jamar making electronics.
Indeed. 22.
22. You do know that there is a signal going out. It's just not going far. It's hard to tell how far because from your experience just a few minutes ago with Wheatley, you don't know if it's able to go through the rock formations or if it's stopping entirely at the rocks. It's a little hard to tell, but it's not going as far as you guys would like it.
You know what? I'm plugging Wheatley in and using him to boost the signal if I can.
Okay. Go ahead and make a engineering. Or sorry, electronics.
Wheatley, you're about to become a signal booster.
Plugging in the Wi-Fi.
22.
22. Okay, so it is definitely going much further out. But again, with the rock formations, you don't know if it's stopping or bypassing them, but the signal has definitely been boosted.
Good. That's it, Wheatley. You're getting a hardwired connection from now on.
All right, Brockus, I need you to make another vehicle handling.
That is a 17 this time.
17, okay. You are still on track. However, you are noticing that you are picking up a bit of a wind tail because of the sandstorm getting closer. It's not exactly on top of you guys just yet, but because of how much it's rolling, there's still some wind and pressure coming off of it, that it's making it a little bit difficult for you to steer, but you're able to get a good handle on it and try to keep on track and go towards one of the cracks that Vera found.
Okay.
And as you get closer, you actually do see that there are a few places that look like it's broken for you guys to squeeze in between. You just don't know how deep they go. But it looks like it would at least provide you shelter. Brockus, I need you to make one more vehicle handling for me, please.
Oh, thank Christ. 21.
Okay. So the sandstorm is getting much closer now. It is almost on top of you guys. The wind pressure and everything is just completely throwing you off balance, but you are able to hold and concentrate with all your might and control this vehicle, and just barely are you able to kind of whip and slide your way into this crevice. And just seconds later, you see the sandstorm just hit it and gets a little bit inside, but it looks like it starts to roll over. It looks almost like a wave just crashing into this mountain range and just starts rolling over the side of it. And it looks like it's going to last for quite a while. But you guys
Oh.
were able, thanks to your vehicle handling,
Jesus.
make it without getting hit.
I imagine that at some point during this, I grabbed Melanie's hand because I'm assuming she's the one that's sitting next to me.
I need you all to roll to see who urinated. Okay.
I don't need to roll.
So just like any storm, it's roaring. It sounds like hell outside. You guys know that you are safe enough to get out of the Mako if you wish, but there is no way you guys are leaving, at least in that direction, out of the cave.
I'm gonna start putting on my boots and my helmet.
Okay.
I would like to go outside the Mako and explore this crack a bit more.
Yeah, because there's still a gravity thing here, even in here. Okay. You do notice that there are a lot of strange, like, scratches and markings and stuff. Or you're not really sure if they're, like, animal scratches, but just, you notice that there's been a lot of damage that has been done inside this cave. Vera, I need you to make a perception roll real quick.
I was so close to a nat 20. That will be a 17.
17. Okay, that's still good enough. It's a little hard to see because it's a bit dark in here. However, thanks to the headlights on the Mako, you are able to see that there are a few markings that are spread out, but your brain kind of squeezes them together mentally, and you notice that it makes the Turian hierarchy symbol, but scattered like a code.
Gotcha. I will stop where I am, however deep into the crevice that took me, and turn to look back at the Mako and see if anyone else is prepping to get out.
Okay, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Oh Lord. Do we want to leave the Mako? Well, if Vera went outside, I'm going to follow suit
Okay.
after unplugging Wheatley.
Melanie looks over at Athalia, sees her the hand, and is like, "You all right?"
Oh, yep. I awkwardly take my hand back and be like, just got a little nervous.
That's understandable. It was a bit scary. Yeah. I'm gonna go make sure the Mako's okay. All right?
Yep.
Okay. Good. And Melanie awkwardly gets up and heads out and is kind of does a once over on the Mako, just making sure everything, like the dust storm didn't cause anything to break down, or everything looks like it's good to go from we're ready to leave.
Okay. So you inspect the Mako, and thankfully, especially due to Brox's maneuvering, really only a couple of just small chunks on the backside. Looks like it flew off from the wind and everything, but otherwise it's intact. Aside from a few scrapes, it's intact.
All right. Well, that's what I was doing.
We're waiting an awkward amount of time before I leave the Mako as well.
Okay. I imagine you guys want to see what you're in. I mean, if you want to.
Ooh, maps.
Maps.
Yep.
Might not be a good thing.
I'm not comfortable with maps. They mean bad things are going to happen.
I
Agreed.
want bad things to happen.
Hey, I know this map.
No, you don't.
Or it's like the last 10
As
minutes.
soon as I got paid, I was like, shit, I only have space maps. I don't have any cavern maps. Shit.
Seems
So as soon as I got
oddly
paid, I was like,
uncomfortably
5 maps.
familiar.
Time ask me, honey. I got so many maps.
So that is where you guys are. So this area right here, you can kind of see it's blocked off a little bit, and that's where you guys came in from.
Okay.
The Mako was too big, so just pretend the Mako's there. But that's where you guys are at right now.
Alright.
So as far as you can tell, this direction is, for now, blocked until the storm blows over, literally, and you don't know how long that's going to be.
This
I'm
is
going
where we'll
to-
stay forever.
I'm gonna pipe up over our personal comms so those that are still in the Mako can hear. I think we should explore this crevice a bit. I get the feeling we're going the right way.
No one receives that message.
No one receives. Oh.
No one
Melanie
receives
heard
the
because
message.
she's outside.
Melanie hears it because she's outside, but no one else gets that message.
Exploring caves! Woo!
I was gonna
Yes!
go outside anyway, so
Okay.
Yep.
So you kind of see one by one, slowly everyone starts to come out.
As
Brockus
they're-
takes the keys with him.
Okay.
As they're piling out of the Mako, I'm gonna pull my navy patches back out of my pocket
Okay.
and put them back on my collar and my shoulder.
Okay. You get shot from behind.
Not again.
Did you find anything, Vera?
I don't know if I'm seeing things or not, but if you stand at this specific angle right here and you look down this crevice here, you can almost see these markings making up the symbol of the Tyrian hierarchy.
So Athena's gonna walk over to where she's pointing and like stand on her tippy toes and kind of that weird thing that short people do where they kind of turn sideways as they try and reach up. So they're trying to stretch.
You can do a perception check with disadvantage.
Because compared to Vera, I'm very short. 11.
11.
Oh wait, no, disadvantage. 5.
5. Okay. You see scratches, but you just have no idea what Vera's seeing.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it. I don't think I'm quite tall enough, and I'm gonna jump a little bit. I don't think I'm quite tall enough to see it right.
You think it's because you probably have never seen the Turian symbol before.
I'm more blowing my height. I'm telling her that.
So what exactly are we looking at?
Well, if I'm actually seeing what I think I'm seeing, and I'm not just slowly losing my mind, somebody had to have put these marks here. I see no reason why anyone other than a Turian would. So it's possible we may find some Turians in this cavern.
Is there a way we should approach to minimize our chances of being shot on sight?
This one leading.
Yeah, Vera up front for sure.
Yeah, I'll lead, but everyone keep your weapons out.
I'm gonna hang in the back. Being a Hume.
Brockus is gonna pull the riot shield out, and I'll provide cover for you.
I'm more stay towards the back because I'm just squishy.
Weapons out, but try not to appear too hostile.
I mean,
Jamar,
these are my weapons.
Go ahead and arrange yourselves how you want.
I think we're good, right, Athelia? We're good.
Yep, we're good.
Okay. Okay. Just for the sake of maneuvering, both of your drones are just like backpacks on you guys right now, so you don't have to move them until if something happens or you want to maneuver them. So just leave them there for now. It's great.
So Wheatley's default state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Unless
don't
you
have,
still haven't plugged into the Wi-Fi.
No, I unplugged him.
I don't have one like Wheatley. That's his thing.
Oh, it is?
I just
Okay.
have my normal drones. Then they don't come out until I cast them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it'll be shoved in the corner with Wheatley until you cast for it to come. Okay, perfect. Okay. So go ahead. You guys come across a narrow corridor. Unfortunately, you can only fit one by one, but it seems pretty short. You guys can see the opening on the other side. And Vera, since you're in the very front, you see that it's a bit of a drop, but not enough to probably hurt you guys for you to drop down into this area.
gotcha. That's exactly what I will do. I will hop down to there.
Okay.
Assuming there's nothing waiting at the bottom of this pit to
I don't know,
eat
you
us.
didn't check, so I guess you'll find out, huh?
Fair point.
Yep.
Oh, Sarlax.
And because it is science, and we have seen it on Mass Effect, your helmets do have kind of like one of those mini flashlights.
Mhm.
So it's not
Yep.
pitch black in here, but it's not the greatest lighting.
I will move up to behind this rock
Okay.
and try to perceive the area as much as possible.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. Also, this reassures me that I reattached your guys' icons properly when I replaced the art, so yay.
19.
19. A little hard to see because again it's kind of dark, but you do notice that it's pretty empty. There doesn't seem anything interesting. It does feel a bit humid in here. You can see oh god, stalagmites. I think that's the word.
Sure.
At the very top. And you do notice that there's some moisture on them. They're dripping down every once in a while. It seems like a clear liquid from what you can see, but it's just you can definitely feel some moisture in the air. A little humid.
Use it to get the glitter off.
Don't encourage him to bathe in the
As you
unknown
see
liquid.
drip 10 minutes later. Drip. Although
Yep.
the gravity in this, do you really want the water dripping on you?
No.
So this area here, does that look like it would be a climb up the same way the other area was a drop down?
Which one? This one over here?
This one here, yeah.
It is, but it's much higher up.
Much higher up. Okay.
Yeah. It looks like that unless you guys have some proper climbing gear, it's going to be pretty difficult to get up there.
Okay, I'm just going straight for this upper hallway then.
Okay. Is anyone else aside from those two moving forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, moving forward in line.
I'll stay wake with the single file. I'll slip in front of Melanie.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna send out my recon drone,
Okay.
Hermes. He's
Okay.
just got these huge eyes and a really happy little smile, like huge little bubbly anime eyes.
Okay. I think I have the one on here technically defaulted to Artemis, but we'll just pretend it's...
That's fine. Just pretend
not.
it's Hermes.
It's got the face on it, but it's got the fangs, but we'll just pretend. Okay, so go ahead and grab that token and just kind of maneuver where you want him to be.
I'm gonna look over at Vera. Let me go down the hall first with the shield. That way, we at least have a little bit of cover.
Let me see how far I can see.
Get a
I
little-
feel like we shouldn't be moving through here expecting a fight. I mean, if there are Turians, if they see a Krogan coming down with a riot shield, they're likely to shoot.
Well, they see you, they may shoot too. Ask questions later. That seems to be, priority number one in any Turian training manual.
There's order to the madness sometimes.
The drone just goes by.
Oh.
Fuck you!
Has I'm gonna activate his or no, he's got really high stealth, so he's trying to be stealthy.
Okay.
Need to have him roll, let me know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go ahead and have him roll for stealth.
And he's looking around too to see what he sees.
Okay. So roll for stealth and roll for perception.
Okay.
His perception.
Alright. Man, I'm rolling high for my drone today. He gets so stealth first. I got a natural 19 plus 5 to stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's pretty stealthy right now.
24, yeah.
And then for the
Perception.
perception.
Ooh, I rolled high again. 17 on the die. Plus 3, so dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So you have him going down. It looks like that there is a couple of little corridors. Some of the corridors look like they've got a bit of a drop. Some look climbable. The others look much higher than the others. And it almost just kind of looks like a maze, but with how far Hermes can see right now, it looks like there's 3 places you guys can go if you so choose.
And he doesn't sense anything specific about those locations from here.
Just that one looks like it's a pretty high climb. Not as high as the one that Vera saw earlier, but it looks like there's 2 fairly easier paths to go down as opposed to just the third path.
Which are the 2 easier paths?
So the 2 either paths is straight down here and over here.
Okay. So I'll relay that information to the group.
Okay.
I think we should continue down the path of least resistance. forward.
I'm gonna send Hermes forward.
How likely are you, Turian to use trip mines or anything like that?
Pretty likely. I mean, you've seen me use them.
Everyone watch your feet.
Okay. So go ahead and everyone move yourselves forward. So you guys are just going to go straight down the path.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
I'll
I-
ask if anybody wants me to be near the front to be sweeping for traps, if we're feeling that's a likely scenario.
It would be good to have somebody or something up there being able to sweep for him.
Okay, I'm going to switch off of mine. I'm actually going to holster all my guns.
Okay.
I'll just be ready to pop out the Omni Blades should I need.
Okay.
But I will start sweeping for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make an
Ahead of the group.
investigation.
Let me know if Hermes need to make more perception checks for seeing more things. He's actively
Because
doing
he's at that
stuff,
corner now, go ahead and make another one.
Bloop, 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 looking around. I am a drone.
So
Don't hurt me.
that first one is a 17.
17. Doesn't seem to be any traps. You do notice that some of the things that you're kind of maneuvering around, they just look like weird rock formations that look like they're coming out of, it almost looks like it's coming out of the ground and just kind of like shooting up to almost mimic the stalactites. But other than that, other than you guys having to be a little bit more careful maneuvering around these, there doesn't seem to be any traps.
So you mentioned these weird formations.
Mhm.
Are they setting off like? Is it making me feel like they're not natural, or like something
you
made
can
them?
make a science check. Melanie, what did you roll?
Hermes actually rolled a 17 again, so another dirty 20.
Okay, you do notice that there is a place that's looks like it collapsed over in this area, but there is an opening up north.
Does he see anything inside that opening?
He is able to see like a few things on the floor, but without him getting closer, it's a little hard to tell with the dim light.
Okay, well, he's being stealthy.
But nothing's moving.
And he's gonna push on forward, and
Okay.
I'm gonna relay the information about the closed off section to the group.
Okay. And then dress card
That's
with
an 11.
Whispering it up the line, like, hey, or no, I guess I'll DM people, like, quietly.
It's an 11, so I'm guessing probably not.
Did you get the
11,
message failed to
no.
send?
It's hard to tell what it is. I mean, it looks like it's the same material as the floor. As far as like, is it natural or not? You're not really sure, but it seems to be. No one is able to get the text message from Melanie.
Okay, she whispers up the line. Those things not make sense.
So, telephone. It'll be a completely different message by the time it reaches the front.
I get. Am I doing perception for traps or investigation?
Investigation for traps. Okay,
24.
everyone else keep moving themselves along.
So did you see anything about this pile here?
Go ahead and anyone who's going into this room now, go ahead and make perception checks, including Hermes.
No.
21.
8.
I wouldn't let them get that far ahead of me.
What'd you get, Melanie?
15.
15? Okay, that's enough. Vera and Melanie, or I should say Hermes, you guys are able to see there seems to be a pile of bones in the corner. You can't really tell what is what. Some of it looks slightly fresh, some of it looks pretty old. Has been here for a while, and it's just a small pile of just assortment of bones.
Guys, bones.
Phones.
Bones.
Phones. She said there's phones up there.
I'm gonna go over to the bones.
That's appropriate. Okay, what would you like to
And-
do with the bones?
See if I can't tell what sort of creatures these bones belong to.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check.
It's not bad. Need to make sure I'm not a doctor as well. All right, I'm not a doctor. But with my straight up medicine check, that's a 16.
16? Okay, that's not bad. You do notice it's an assortment of some animals. You're not exactly sure what type of animals, only that you can assume it's probably native to this planet. There does seem to be a couple of humanoid-looking bones. One of them you recognize as what looks like it could be a Turian skull.
Do any of these bones have like any damage to them, like bite marks or indentations or anything?
With a 16, you can see that it looks like that there are, it almost looks like they've been, what's the word I'm looking for? You do see scratch marks on the bones. You can't tell if it's like nails or claws. They seem to be pretty shallow, but some scratch marks. And the bones look like they're soft in certain spots, and then when you touch them, they seem to collapse.
Well, got some animal bones and looks to be some Turian bones here too.
That's a little worrisome.
They're soft in places. So he kind of holds up the skull that's now got the indentation like punched in the head.
Okay.
That's very worrisome.
Is
And with
that
that,
because
he like-
Turians have soft bones, or
He puts the pistol away, puts his right shield away, and brings the shotgun out.
Okay. Okay.
This cliff part here, how high up is that?
That cliff, you'll probably need a boost to get up and over, but it's climbable. It's not that high.
I mean, does that mean the Krogan's giving everybody a boost up?
You'll
I think
probably
that's
need
exactly
some
what it means.
help definitely getting up yourself, but yes.
Before we all head up there, does Hermes see anything in that upper section that might be a danger to us?
No, he does see a couple more of those like formations coming out of the ground to kind of match the stalactites up top and everything, except much wider, of course. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be any bones. You don't see any movement. Seems
I
pretty
relay
empty.
the information that it looks clear up top right now.
Okay.
Jessica, you want to check for traps up there before we all move up there in case there's something that's knocking things backwards into this cave?
yeah, I just rolled investigation. It was almost a natural 20, and then it went 14.
Oh.
I hate to do this, but I mean, I was planning on us ending early anyway, but I am dropping frames like crazy right now for some weird reason.
Thanks, Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play it safe and just call it right now. Not the best way I wanted to end, but I do
Just
apologize.
about to parkour up that cliff too.
You know what? Let's save that for fun next time. See how
God.
that goes, because you're all gonna have to make checks to get over there.
I'm proficient in both acrobatics and athletics. I should
Look,
have
That's
this.
true. You're actually
Someone
very good
might
at
just
climbing.
pick me up and carry me up there.
All I need is one of you to stand near the ledge, and I can use charge at you to be able to get up to the ledge. So.
Yeah, right. I know Vera. I have a lot
That's
of confidence
disconcerting.
with Vera.
Hey, you just have to make a dex check, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm thinking I parkour up there, and then Bronca stays at the bottom with his riot shield as a springboard. He launches them. I catch them.
Which you guys have done before too.
I'm gonna like hold on to Hermes to help me a little bit.
Yeah. It's just depending on how much weight Hermes can hold, maybe he can glide you
Combined
up.
with the Krogan pushing me up and stabilizing it.
I enjoy the creativity, so we'll have fun with that next week. Again, I apologize for ending just a little bit earlier, but I mean, I was planning on ending early anyway, so Rojan can get a little bit of rest before he has to work again.
Oh, I'm
but,
not sleeping.
Well, I mean, grab a drink. I don't know.
Yeah. Break.
But I'm also dropping frames. I'm noticing Twitch is glitching in and out, so I just want to make sure we end before it gets worse. So, just
Which
gonna leave it at
don't glitch.
I know, right? why. It's Twitch. It never does that.
Default state. Give it a moment.
But yeah, that's where we're gonna end tonight. Thank you guys so much for all the awesome new follows, the beefy raids, all the resubs, everything in between. We are streaming this every Monday. Hopefully we can squeeze in a few more sessions before I take a temp leave. Not too long. It's not like I'm leaving for good or anything like that. Me and Shadow Fox have a baby coming in 5 weeks, so I'm thinking maybe 2 months before at least maybe one of us comes back. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. So starting probably most likely the first Monday maybe in October-ish, is when we'll start a mini campaign that HP Fox will be DMing. It's based off of Dagger Tree with the Gnolls. If you're familiar with our Tuesday D&D game, it's going to be a side story where everyone's going to be playing some Gnolls, and it'll be a lot of fun. Otherwise, Tuesday we have Rojan doing DMing our Destiny Forged game, which will also temporarily be on hold at the early October, where they'll do a mini campaign still within the same world, in the Wildlands, which is basically Monster Hunter. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm still going to watch you guys regardless, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Otherwise, we have our 2 other shows on Saturdays, alternating Saturdays. Every other Saturday we have our D&D survival apocalypse, Arcana apocalypse themed survival D&D game called Withered Waste, and then we have our alternate Saturday with a Pathfinder 2.0 game called Wayward Wanderers, where it's a circus theme. That is DM'd by Azarin, and then the other game was Rojan DMing that. Otherwise, we will go ahead and see you guys next Monday back here with Mass Effect as we delve a little bit deeper into this cave. And I'm anxious to see what's going on. And by the way, Rojan, let me just say, those rolls to get you guys in there, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be so bad if you didn't. So, you guys had a chance. Don't get me wrong. It just...
not Tokyo Drift, but Initial D music was blaring in my headset while I was making those rolls.
I wonder if you know how to live in Tokyo. That's me. Anyway. So, if you guys happen to miss any episodes, we do have a YouTube. So you guys can always check it out up there. I usually put them up within the week. Otherwise, we will see you guys tomorrow for some Destiny Forged. And we will see you guys ASAP. Until then, you guys have a good week. Bye, guys.